Welcome, patrons and adventurers and visitors, first timers and viewers that have been watching us for a while now. Welcome to the Othmerweizen Taverm, where a couple of buddies of us all get together and by no means professionals, but just having fun playing some Dungeons and Dragons in a homebrew world called Caljournia. Woo! For the games, we're running 5th edition, and I am using Sirenscape, a lovely sound program, for the music that you hear in the backgrounds. Hopefully it's not too overwhelming for you guys. Right now we are just down one player. He should be here whenever he gets here.
Any minute.
So yell at your screens when he shows up.
Emilio Burka.
Yeah,
Raquel, you dirty!
Tell him he's late.
Raquel, the dirties are awaiting you.
Yeah. All right. Hope everyone's been enjoying what we've been doing so far. I'm having fun. As long as everybody else is having fun, we'll keep having fun. Awesome.
There's not enough room in there, Millie.
Your familiar is getting familiar.
Oh.
All right. I guess we can just jump right into this. Not keep you guys waiting at home. I hope you guys have a frosty beverage in your hands and a good plate of food to enjoy this tale, this adventure. We are now, what you just said, episode 5?
Epi 5.
Epi 5. Woo! Sepa 5.
Number 5.
I'm having too much fun back here. Woo! All right. So we'll just jump right. Oh, wait. We got a Raquel.
Raquel,
right.
the dirty is
Millie.
Raquel ran so fast he blew off his eyebrows. We do
realize what you said. That was
we do go live on Twitch at 7:30 on Tuesdays. Ben has been so awesome to actually upload the videos now onto Twitch too, I believe. Yeah. Then a couple days after we have it up on YouTube, so you can get caught up and find out what we're doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We love our
comment.
And comments. Yeah, we love comments, man.
I was just gonna say you actually have
constructive criticism. I always like. I like trolls and Dungeons and Dragons. I don't like trolls much on the internet, but whatever. Teacher's own. Constructive criticism is always welcome. The more you let us know, the more entertaining we can make it for you guys. Be friendly to one another. It's awesome. Without further ado, I guess we'll jump in. Raquel, you got all your stuff all figured out over there?
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to do a recap, or do you want me to do the recap?
Recap. Go. 30 seconds.
So our adventurers have now been inducted into the Quiver in the city of Aberth. It is the capital of the province of Aberth. They had...
Sorry, 30 seconds.
I have a time limit on this? All right. They are been all inducted. They are now actually what they call arrows of the Quiver. Vincent no longer has to go out on missions with them to watch over them and give his reports. He believes that you guys are more than capable to look after yourselves now. One thing, I don't know if you guys remembered or not, but after the induction ceremony, you guys did get these little pins that you guys can talk to each other with.
Little arrows.
The little quiver pins, symbols.
Yep.
You guys spoke with the Oracle and found out some interesting things that are going on in the world. As of late, you guys are to keep that information to yourselves, or do with that information what you will.
Tell everybody.
Just tell everybody. Just scare the hell out of everyone.
Yeah.
You guys were offered the chance to actually go straight to the trials, which is a competitive quest against other members of the Quiver, just to test your skills and get some brownie points and get some access to some higher level contracts. But you guys thought it'd be a safe bet to maybe just go out and do some of the contracts that are out there for your levels. Not in levels experience, but your expertise level. You guys found one that tickled your fancy, which was returning you to Pious Woods. Don't be confused, those who were watching, Pious Woods took place off stream. Just kind of our session 0 to get everything in, but you get to know all about it now. Our adventurers packed up all their gear, got all their provisions ready. They got their steeds and a donkey, and headed off to Pious Woods without any delay or any problems occurring while they made it there. You arrived at a familiar homestead of Veronica's villa, which is not quite a villa, but it's homey inside. It's cozy. It's home is where the heart is, I guess. But yes, it is the shack, I guess, of Veronica and her lovely husband. Pull up his name here again. I just forget where it is.
Remember Nathan?
There you go. Look at that. That's a player keeping
Spent a few
notes. I
months
love
with
it.
him, so
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
spend a few months
That's because you have
helping
some
him out.
pipe weed for him.
yeah.
But last time you left him, he was in good spirits. There, he still walks with a little bit of a limp and has a cane, but
Yeah. The scar.
yeah, a brutal scar on his leg. But you guys arrived. I think it was
Lunch.
Yeah, we're on lunchtime.
Yeah, it was 2.5 days.
All right.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, bring it on in, everybody. One last warning: there is mature themes and subject matter, and any likeness
Rated
or
M.
things all coincidental. Yeah,
Possible
so
nudity.
viewers' discretion is advised. So yeah. All right. Oh,
Bring
There
a
you go.
duels.
One copy of my character sheet.
oh, thank you.
That is-
Which I asked for last week. No, I'm just kidding.
Minus
Late.
inspiration.
Thank you, Raquel.
Once again.
Thank
on
you,
your
Raquel.
homework.
Thank you very much. No, that's all right. All right, so let's bring it on in. It is a warm, lovely afternoon in the summer. The sky has a few clouds trailing, but mostly just clear blue skies. Your return to Pious Woods is a little bit different from the first time you were there, as you got there during the fall season. Now there's just bright colors of green everywhere surrounding. There is an opening going to Veronica's villa, but there is the birch trees and pine trees just littered. And this is the Pious Woods, just to give you a scope. It might make sense to the guys sitting here, but you at home who were far away. But if you've ever been to like Lake Temagami, this is a large forest. You can easily get lost, as well as spend many days traveling from Veronica's villa all the way to the other end. But there you are, approaching on your steeds, as well as a little donkey. There is the hitch for your horses. Now the villa itself is a log cabin with the bark still on it. It looks like it's been there for years. The roof itself heavily thatched with different types of tree branches, as well as some old shingles that are there. Kind of slopes in the middle, but there is a peak to the roof. There is a front porch area, as well as the back porch area that leads down to the lake and to the docks where you guys first went on your canoe ride. We left off with you guys showing up, the door swinging open, the big busty Veronica there to greet you guys with open arms, excited to see all you, and even surprised to see a new face of a little gnome fellow. And she's like, well, God's blessing. Look at you all here. This is just outstanding. Welcome. Well, please. Naaman, get out here and you can hitch the horses. You guys must be tired from your travels. Please, come on in. I can tell you all about the goings on and ins and outs of this place since you've last been here. So much to catch up on. Veronica is a heftier lady, very busty in the chest. Age has been kind to her. She is an elder, but skin still soft, not as much lines to it. She's got the crow's feet going to it. The long pulled back gray hair, a little stratty in some spots. The little black streaks still visible in it. She is wearing a apron, as you usually see her, because she's always cooking up something delicious for you, for adventures that come and go. If you recall that this place is on the Leader's Road, and it is kind of a pit stop for a lot of adventurers going to Aberth, or just merchants and what have you. All sorts stop in here. So she gets to see a lot of people, but excited to see you, especially Graf, for you helping out Naaman for a couple months with the errands that go on here. So you guys are here. You're outside. The wind blowing ever so softly with the summer air filling your lungs. Birds can be heard in the distance, chirping. The waterfront. Just lovely summer air, man. A lot different. Beautiful day today. And what is your name, little chap?
I'm Zuck.
Zuck, I am Veronica. And she goes and just bear hugs you and gives you a good welcoming. Almost getting suffocated just in her bosom, but she's holding you tight.
Oh, yes.
And then let's go, give you a pat on the shoulder. Sorry, I'm very friendly, and I just love
okay.
it. It's good to see you, but please make yourselves at home. Neiman's inside.
Once again, your hospitality is outstanding.
Oh, yes. It's what we are known for here.
Now, my first question is, did the food improve?
Food improved?
No, it was excellent.
You're damn right it was.
I'll walk up and hear this and be like, oh, Veronica, it's great to see you, and I give her a hug.
Oh,
I sneak
yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
She's
kinda,
no, you're taller than her,
Yeah.
but she's got some height to her. It looks like back in the day she could handle herself.
yeah.
You guys have seen her swing her hammer there that one time.
Yeah,
She's got tree trunk arms, legs, thing, but she's wearing her apron that is just all sorted colors of just food stains on it, and then she's wearing kind of a tanned, just a dress underneath. But big, you can see underneath the dress that she is wearing some like heavy leather boots, like to just walk through the muck and such. So she's a lady. She's a northern lady.
She's chirping just a little bit. I think it's pretty quiet.
You're heading into the house. You can't hear the outdoors.
My apologies.
What's that smell? It smells delicious.
Oh, it is. It is lamb stew.
You're in for a treat.
Oh,
here.
lamb stew
Lamb
does
stew
sound
was
delicious.
with some potatoes that I've grown myself. Actually, Naaman, since he is a little hard at getting around these days, we've actually made a garden off to the side now, and it's good
That's
fertile
wonderful.
soil.
Yeah.
And we're, yes,
Good way to stay active.
it is. Yes, I have to keep him active, or he just goes insane sitting in here.
I don't mean to cut the pleasantries short, but we're on business from the quiver, obviously.
Yes.
And we're here to investigate.
Don't mind. Just the nature's call.
Sorry, that was really distracting. We're here to investigate some of the misused dead carcasses of
Yes.
animals, I believe, in the north.
The
North.
name, yes. Some we've our part-time rangers have come back with reports of animals being maimed somewhere in the northern section of the woods.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anything further where to start investigating, or if anyone is under suspect of? Is it a human doing this, or is this?
I am unaware of what is doing it. We've had just reports from the rangers that came by and who do normal hunting around here. We've hired a couple of them just to.
Hammond, your flute playing has gotten so well.
I apologize.
Where-
That's a little
Picked up a
too-
hobby while we were away.
Where would these rangers be found?
Well, they should be. They said they set up a camp about 3 days north from here.
3 days north.
Still in the woods. Somewhere they come back and track and they bring us what we pay for. And
I did not realize the woods were so grand.
oh, it is. This is Pious Woods.
Wow.
It is a sea of green.
And now, when we were here earlier, 6 months earlier,
Yes.
remember the mansion that you guys
Yes.
talked about? Has anything come of that?
We have not seen any sights. There was a gentleman here probably about 2 months ago. An actor, actually. One of the, mentioned he was one of the, it's getting a little tense over there. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
He said he was part of the entertainers gallery, but he just wanted a break from his acting and stage life, and he wanted to come out here to the woods.
Did he seem odd at all? Or?
A little eccentric. He was definitely a character and told some great stories. He was interested in the history of Pious Woods, and I told him what I knew. But other than that, he came
He's
back
not,
a couple
he was
of
not
days.
part of the quiver.
No.
The wolves are active.
Oh yes, the wolves are quite active.
It's the mating season.
Their shadows are controlled these days, but
Still,
yes,
the shadow.
whatever you guys did was excellent.
The shadows are still controlled?
No, they are under control.
Oh.
The shadows have not been as dangerous as they once were.
Right. And yeah, that was the other question. Have you seen any weird footsteps that lead and stop and disappear or
No, not that I can say.
Perfect. Well, that's one thing down, really. I think
Sorry, I got to go back and reiterate. I said ranger. Well, yeah, they'd be rangers, but they're mostly just hunters. They're nothing. They're not adventurers.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I just want to clarify that
Okay.
you don't think they're members
That's
of the
fine.
quiver.
Oh, okay.
They're not adventurous.
Sorry, viewers. I make some mistakes.
When we were here originally, I think you correct me if I'm wrong, but you mentioned that the mansion that I had asked you about 2 seconds ago, did it disappeared and showed up?
Well, Naaman knew the location of where it was, and when
Right.
we both went back to investigate it, it was gone.
And is that the case now? Since it
We have not seen it since.
yes.
In the colder months in winter, we saw it a little bit more frequent, and it's not our place to go investigating or adventuring. That's the contract for you.
Very true.
But then again, the place has just vanished. I believe it could just be remnants of the old proprietor of these woods, but he has been gone for quite some time.
We'll keep an eye out, and if we see it, maybe, perhaps we'll.
Tread
Investigate.
carefully.
Potentially.
Like I mentioned the last time you were here, that poor cartographer fellow.
Oh, yes.
He mentioned he went there once, and then we only saw him one other time than that, and he did seem quite different after.
Yeah, well, I think he met his own demise. That's the cartographer we found.
Yes,
Dead,
I
yeah,
guess you
unfortunate.
explained, Graf explained a little bit of his stories there, but
Well,
I have been working through his notes in that emerald eye I found.
oh, is that right?
Turns out this mansion has been appearing and disappearing in every few days. Like sometimes it's not there, sometimes it is there.
Perhaps we should go check it out later.
Possibly.
Well,
he did
that's-
say he
if-
I know we've just met, Zook, but
Friends, call
My-
me Fizz.
okay, well, Fizz, I am Veronica. You shall call me Veronica. But yes, just be careful if you go find this mansion. It's just something that is eerie. I know it appears close by to us, but it has not. It has not hindered anything to us, and we have not done anything to it. And we know you adventuring type like to go in and solve problems before you or create problems after you. But yes, if whatever transpires, just remember repercussions do ripple like the Pious Lake.
That stew almost smells like it's ready.
Oh yes! Oh shit! She goes through, and then once again, when you enter this place, there is the wooden planked floor. There is the comfortable chair sitting by the fireplace off to the left wall. Once you come in to the right, you can see a kind of a stand-up. It's kind of a table that's like a stand-up table, like almost like a bar that you sit at, and then you can see just beyond that is her little kitchen area where she cooks. And then back over to the left by the fireplace, there's the rooms that are there. There's her rooms, and then there's a room for a few travelers too. 2 other rooms for you guys to stay in, if need be, and for guests. But she goes back, starts whippling up her stew, getting out some bowl. Are you hungry? We can definitely feed
yes,
you.
please.
most
Oh,
definitely.
exactly.
Always room for your food, Veronica.
Thank you, Raquel.
Perhaps
pleasant.
ask Naaman for a map
Starts
of the woods
going
so we
through.
can find these rangers.
Naaman does pipe up when you say that, and he was like, comes not as agile as he. Well, no, you guys never saw him really that agile, but
But
he
his
comes
hearing
by.
is impeccable.
Yes, he is. He was a tracker and a trapper. He still thinks of himself as that, but you can see that life has gotten in the way pretty much. Sorry, I need to quiet the woods as they get crazy out here.
Those are the werebats. It's also werebat mating season.
I apologize. Naaman comes over, seeing you there. Naaman was kind of the shorter of the two that stay here. With his, it's actually well kept. He seems, last time you guys met him, he was very unkept and just very savage looking, or just, he was very sick when you guys last saw him, but you can see his hair is pulled back into a little man bun, not on the top, but just on the back. Gray hair as well, a gray beard that has been nicely trimmed. You can see him now wearing knee-high boots, similar to, well, you don't know how high her boots go, but he has boots that are up to his knee, and he has some beige pants on, and he has a vest on with a it looks like it's just recently been patched up shirt with a few patches that are just on it, and he's holding on to a leather encased, looks to be a scroll carrying thing or some type of parchment container. Good to see you all again, Graf.
Good to see you.
You still have your pipe with you?
Yeah, actually, and I pull out of my pack, and I guess there's just this
Pound.
Yeah, Vincent found some. Yeah, so you got
it's like wrapped in these leaves and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's exactly.
I brought you this, but I see by your garden out there you didn't
Yes.
run short of
yes,
supply.
yes. Don't. It's okay. He's like, it's okay. Veronica kind of shakes her head. You can hear this stew kind of slushing around as she transfers it to bowl. But yes, this is actually washed ashore. Actually, just after you left, I did my part and looked inside of it. It's just, it seems to be a incompleted map of the Pious Woods. And pops the top, kind of unrolls it. Just stop gaming for a second. I did have this thing, but then my laptop all fucked up, and then I forgot the map at home, so it's not here. But I'll walk you through it. But he lays out this map and rolls through in parchment. You can see in fine detail Veronica's villa right where you guys kind of are standing, and then it kind of branches off from where you're standing there. Just think of Veronica's villa here, and then the woods just goes up like this, and it's all kind of north up that way.
Long.
Very long. There is Pious Lake. You guys only kind of got a glimpse of a little bit of it because you guys only traveled for about half a day on the lake, but it looks like this lake stretches pretty much like a vein through the whole woods. So, and then there's the Giant's Toe, the bend that you guys kind of came around. You can see that's labeled on the map. You can see a few X's close by to where that island was, or the building that you guys went and inspected. And it says there, kind of written, possibility mansion locations.
Oh, there's more than one.
Well, it just looks like there's little X's all
Right.
within a vicinity of the woods there. You can see further up from the Giant's Toe, more on the western section, there is a tower that he just writes. It's just a condemned tower. Other locations up, he would have marked this out too. Northeast, he writes that there, the Forest of People is just written on it.
What's this place? I'm going to
Points at it, and Naaman looks at it. Ah, yes, that's a very eerie place to go. And from looking at the map, he kind of breaks it down for you. It is about a 5 days travel. Going through there by canoe a lot faster. But that is a place, they believe, the great battle between Pious and Phoenix took place. When Pious was destroyed, when this Phoenix fellow made Pious meet his demise, the blood of this foul creature poisoned the land, and there grew up tree people of sorts.
Pious trees.
Like, not pious trees. He points at the couple windows. That's a pious tree. That's a pious tree. No, that would be some of the adventurers refer to them as blights, I believe.
Okay.
They are trees that look like people. I've heard of them coming to life and attacking, but we have not seen them move. I've been to that location. Well, I've been here forever, but in the last 20 years or so. But yeah, we've never seen any movement from them or them out of place or anything like that. So it is good.
Like, perhaps that's what Ratley wants.
That sounds like it, yeah.
Instead of pious tree leaves, would be blight leaves.
It sounds like what he was describing anyway.
He said human-like
Trees.
trees.
I was looking there. You guys kind of move your finger about like, what is this place? And you move it just off the side, right, like very close by in that proximity. There is you can see there was a name put on it and then scratched out, and then another name scratched out, and then it just refers to it as Pious Runes. Naaman, he's seen that area. He says it's not for the faint of heart. He's never gone into them, but they're just overgrown when he was there. He says it in the lore and history, he believes it to be maybe a place where Pius used to reside, or he used to use to navigate through the forest.
Interesting.
Very. And where on this map could you pinpoint where you believe the rangers or hunters, sorry, would be?
Yeah, he goes down more to the eastern section, way down, but counts it out a bit, and then he's like somewhere in this area. So it's between where far off from where the mansion was appearing,
To the east.
and then there'd be the camp he believes is there, and then like a few days travel north of that area would be where the Blight Forest is.
Okay. And how many days travel? I believe you said three days.
3
travel?
days for the Rangers to get there, so to get to the Blight
Yeah, it
Woods,
was 5.
there would be 5. But if you travel by canoe, he's just because he hasn't been out in the last little bit, he doesn't really know what landmarks to look for. But once you get very north of the woods, the Keg Range, it is a mountain formation that is on the outskirts of the forest. He says that is a good navigational tool to tell you kind of where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Good landmark.
Yeah, it's called Keg's Range.
Okay. Fascinating.
Interesting.
Anything else interesting going on?
Other than that strange actor fellow,
What was so strange about
did
him?
he
He's just-
mention his
he-
name?
he mentioned his name, but see, Veronica says one name, and then I got a different name from him, so we were waiting for him to come back, but we just haven't heard from him. He said his name was Gallus. Gallus. To me. And then he said his name was Nihilus. To Veronica.
Yeah.
And Nihilus?
Yes, interesting fellow. He, in his sleep, he spoke a language. I don't know if any of you know it, but I've heard it. I don't know how to speak it myself, but he does speak Draconic, and we found it very unsettling in his dreams that he'd be speaking in Draconic. But he was a
Human, you said.
yes, a human. He just said that he was an actor, and he was versatile in his linguistics. He knew a few languages.
Sorry.
The only reason we just bring it up is because he's been our kind of last guest we've had. We've had a few
Right.
people stop in, but he was the only one who went out looking in the woods and wouldn't really specify what he was looking for.
Was he a traveling actor, or did he have a
He said he was with the Entertainers Gallery, and they
entertainer's guild?
usually when they stop by, they if Swarley's with them, they'll stop in for a night or two, and they will play some music, and we'll
that-
do some dances.
Did we recall? Is Swarley the man we met that called this group the Raquel and the Dirty Bunch?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was Swarley.
That was
Oh,
Swarley.
yes, we must get back to the city to
Oh,
watch his
Jesus.
show. He said he has a great song for us ready.
Yeah,
Oh,
I do
well.
remember that, yeah.
So we'll have to mention this as soiree.
I couldn't really
See what
care.
he said. We'll have to keep this in the back of our minds. All right. Well, it was
But
perfect.
your stews have all now been kind of prepared,
Yeah.
set down at different various. Like there's various little nightstand tables and things in between comfortable
That's not how you
chairs that
eat
have just been leather wrapped. And,
What are you doing with your stew?
Who's hungry?
It seems like the rich folk never learned how to eat properly.
No, well, when it's good, it's good. There's no way
there's
around that.
fresh bread too that is made up for you guys.
Anything to look out for when we enter the woods?
The wildlife is pretty wild out in the woods. For a time, this was a dark area, and now it seems okay. But some beasts still probably reside here and have just been quieter.
Anything we should worry about?
I've myself haven't been out there too much, but if you speak with those hunters that are out there, they should be able to. Don't mind that. That is just the raven's claw. They might be able to tell you more. They if they're still out there, but the last they reported in with our meal was 4 days ago, I believe.
Very well.
Interesting.
What do you guys think for a plan of attack? Should we canoe? Or should we, it's still midday, right?
Yeah, still.
Just gonna whisper.
I don't know how to canoe.
Yeah. Duck's never been in canoe, which would be fun for you, I guess, to try it out. We all.
You'll learn just like we did.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we bear
I
the
heard
What an
wood?
exciting,
I heard how you guys learn.
Maybe
exciting
find
learning
it
experience.
difficult to traverse through the woods. Or do we take the canoe?
Heyman
With
says that
minor-
there are walking paths that can get you
Imagine-
through, but they've
I imagine they're similar to maze, though.
yeah they're not really in any formation.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Should we go find
do
the
you
hunters?
think we fare better?
Or go see the
Personally, I
mansion?
think canoe is probably the best.
I'm thinking
gonna,
canoe
We're
as
gonna
well.
encounter a lot less enemies.
I prefer to keep my feet on the ground. Not sure about you guys.
What
Oh
happened
yeah,
to you?
I forgot Raquel's terrified of water. Oh,
That
boy.
training really did a number on you, didn't it?
Want to go for a dip?
just came down on me.
Do you want to go for a swim?
No. No, thank you.
So you're woods.
I only like my water.
So you want to trek through the woods?
Ah, yes.
All right.
Think of all the wildlife we run.
I'd be down to try something new.
Let's do it.
Do what?
Canoes it is. Wait, Raquel, you talking? Just kidding.
All right.
Perhaps we should get some ale for
Canoes
Raquel
it
for
is.
this trip.
Canoes it is.
And Naaman would probably have a few casks of ale. Not casks, sorry, just a few jugs that you can take with you.
Gonna give them both to Raquel.
I've never been much of a drinker.
Jugs.
Well, cheers.
But there, isn't there a name for them? Yeah. Can't think of it.
There is a proper name. But
Yeah. Isn't it gourd? No.
no. I don't
Okay.
think
Anyways,
it's
Stein.
the
describe.
big
Yeah. The big
Yeah.
huge
jug. Yeah,
Jug.
that's exactly what they got. Little 3 X's on it.
Perfect. There you go, Raquel. I make sure Raquel's gets a little tipsy, so he's a little off edge.
Yeah.
Veronica kind of peeps up.
I've seen too many drink too much and have a little tipsy-turvy time in the canoes.
Well, there's more than just
As
one
long
person
as-
in the
I'll
canoe.
be riding with Graf.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say Zuck and. Should be there. No, that's fine. I'll go with Raquel. Same rules with the canoes. Return them.
Oh yes,
damage.
please do. Yes, if there's any damage to them. Well,
Actually, could
some more time.
I borrow a few bear traps or snares?
Yes, we could give you. Yes. Naaman,
That's
pull
alright,
it off
Naaman?
the wall. Naaman's like, I'm not using them anymore. You can actually see that he has them up on the wall now for display.
Okay.
He has a few snares around the house for catching rabbits and whatnot.
I don't want any snares. I just want
A bear trap?
Yeah, something that we can set up at night.
He'd
for
have
perimeter.
one bear trap for you.
I would like a snare.
Okay. They can provide you with 5 snares. And
We have to return these though.
I just want one.
Rentals.
yeah, they're rentals for
Oh,
it.
okay.
Therefore.
Yeah, it's not like they're like here, this is free.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You have experience with bear traps?
I set them up last time.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah. I think I
Hey man,
well
can you
enough
show me how to
versed
use
with them,
this
I
real
should-
quick?
Yeah.
Shouldn't
He
snare
sits
my
down with
leg.
you, and you can just see like it's second nature to him. He's grabbing it and twisting it, trying. And he's like, "You want to leave it loose here, so when it puts its paw in there, it pulls tight, and it's good to go. If you catch a wolf, on the other hand, sometimes they'll knot their own paw to get free, but just make sure you're within proximity and put it down easily. What you're looking for is for them to get their neck stuck right in it, but various lengths of the noose will determine where you catch the critter.
Okay.
Gives you kind of a little walkthrough of like how to find pathways or tracks that it's hard to be trained like that, but he gives you some pointers what to look for, like broken twigs out of the place and matted down grass and
any poisonous plants or
there
stuff to
is
steer clear?
the plant of the itch.
That's a pretty common one, though.
Yes. It looks very similar
meant
to a
something-
fern, except it's just the leaves are a lot longer.
Something out of the ordinary that a normal person who treks through. I like to have I have a little experience in the woods, but something that would, somebody who's never been in Pious Woods would come across and be like, "Ooh, maybe what's that?" or something dangerous. Aside from the mating wolves and werebats.
Oh yes, there's definitely wolves out there. That's for sure.
This is delicious, Veronica. Could you show me how to make this?
Well,
You just want to be well versed in everything.
I want to learn to cook and provide for my
there is a bonus reward for this contract that we've
Yes,
designated to the quiver. Maybe that could be your bonus, as I can teach you to cook.
Yes.
That would be a bonus for all of us.
I do have some cooks
He
utensils.
does mention there's, even though the butterflies in this area look very beautiful and very vibrant in color,
Yes.
they can be quite deadly.
Oh. Deadly how?
Usually by themselves, you have nothing to worry about. But once you see a swarm of them together, you'll know that they are their malice intent, since they usually swarm little animals, and once the swarm leaves, the animal is very disease-ridden, and a lot of its
What's the
flesh has been eaten away.
What is the name of these butterflies?
We just call them the death swarm.
Death swarm.
Yes, nothing fancy
Oh.
to it. It's just that if you get
Something
close,
just popped in my head after you said swarming. Last time we went to the ruins in the middle of to get that cartographer back,
yes,
there was a swarm of black fish, piranhas,
Almost eels, wasn't it?
eels. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you know anything
Near
about that?
Closer to the island.
Yeah. Only when we were near the ruins.
I'm not entirely sure, but they could be dragon eels, if I think that's what.
Black in color.
Yes,
Yeah.
they. Well, if you saw them when they were black in color, they'd be just very young. That would be their.
Oh, they get large.
They get very large. We
Oh.
haven't really had an issue with them. I've caught one myself at one point, but very good to eat. Very hard to catch.
Are they- how big do they actually get?
Not very big here in this lake, but I've heard them getting pretty large, able to
2
capsize a small vessel. But we haven't had an issue.
My
with
face
it.
is just.
Yes, I don't mean to be scaring you before you head out into the woods, but you're
No.
adventurous.
No, that's fair.
They do. Lucky for us, there are bears here in the lake, or bears in the woods that usually will go out into the lake and eat a majority of them. But it is, I haven't caught one in about 5 years or so. So for them to have a whole swarm by that place, maybe there's something that's calling to them. But
Well, we'll still clear up that place then.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Yeah, it was not.
But also, I'd like.
he mentions about a familiar moth
thing
that
at
you
a
guys
time,
have dealt
sir.
with. Just the
For
name
something that-
escapes him. There is a moss that has those little lights on it, and he says to steer clear of them if you see them at night.
Well, like we found in the ruins.
Mm-hmm. He says that there is some of those.
Moss?
What exactly happens if you make contact with them?
They will drain you of your vitality.
Good to know.
Something to
Steer clear of
definitely
that.
stay clear of.
Okay.
Also something I like to harvest.
For someone who was so reclusive as a child, Zuck, you are quite adventurous.
Everything's just so overwhelming. I just want to take it all in.
And literally take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All in. My
Wow.
vials.
Wow. All right.
Specimens. I want them all.
Watch yourself while you sleep at night.
He's same thing on the streets. He's always picking up stuff and mixing it with things, and sometimes it didn't turn out so well. But
It's a
lots of
surprise.
times.
It's a surprise you sell eyebrows then.
well, there was a few times where he
try
didn't.
and take our eyes.
Oh, you have keen eyes, so I would watch out for yourself.
Just keep them closed.
I feel like I'd be somewhat persuasive because you're like slightly inebriated. At the moment.
I'm just gonna give you the.
I think we're all set.
Put a
with
bandana
questions.
over my eyes.
I get. Oh, one last question.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've bombarded you with about 1,000 of them,
It's all right,
these
it's all right.
these animals, are they specific animals or just animals in general? Do you know that much?
Mostly we've heard is wolves and bears.
Would I know?
And then occasional birds too as well.
Would I know any lore behind this with my background? Would it be anything to do with, what my family does?
Roll a history check.
First roll.
First roll, not
First roll.
so hot.
Single
so
digit.
hot. I think history. I think that's minus. Yeah, 3.
3.
Yeah, I'm apparently not a very book learned fella.
Burnt your tongue on some
Yeah.
stew.
Yeah. What's that? What's that?
3.
Yeah.
You recall a sibling of yours bragging about this place, or a cousin of yours.
About Pious Woods?
Yeah, about Pious
Okay.
Woods. They're just bragging about it being like it was mostly an insult all the time. They'd like if you're ever screwing around or something like that, or they wanted to make fun of you or something like that. It's usually like, oh, you wouldn't even be able to survive Pious Woods or something. That's usually what they would come to. But other than that, you're
Okay.
not too sure.
Yeah. Okay. No, that sounds good. All right. Well, I think we're ready to set off. You guys got your canoe. I got my bear trap.
Got some snares.
Let's head out. How many rations do you guys have before we head out? Just to be safe. This is gonna be probably
Whatever.
it'll be a 10-day almost by the sounds of it. By the time we get back,
What would we be provided when we had like stocked up?
You would have been provided
I have 10 rations.
10?
10
Okay,
rations.
So we have enough
That's a
for
ration a
10
day.
days. Do you have any spare rations, Veronica?
I can make you some sandwiches to go.
I love that.
Perfect.
Oh, she's like, well,
You
just
are
bear
quite
with
the
me.
lady.
And she
Yeah.
starts.
Do you need a
Stop
hand?
and pay attention.
Oh, no, it's fine.
I'm just intently watching her make these.
Oh, yeah. You can see her breaking the bread with her hands and just putting in some fresh herbs from the garden, as well as some sliced up meat.
Well,
that she's putting in
Not
there.
skipping a beat. I'm just gonna grab some cheese and feed little Tim on my shoulder.
I'd like to limber up before we start this canoe trip
Mm-hmm.
with maybe just do a couple jogs around the property a little bit.
Okay.
And kind of do some arm exercises.
Roll a
Get ready.
perception check for me while
Perfect.
you're running around.
8.
8.
8. Get the rolls out now. All the shit ones. When that dragon eel comes and try to capsize us.
One just kind of jogging around the territory, something does catch your eye.
Yeah.
Just a flock of blackbirds kind of fly off a little bit due east from where you are.
Okay, so general direction.
Yeah,
Kind
you
of
just see
where the hunt-
caw, caw, caw.
like
Well, kind of like not far of it.
Okay,
It's just
okay,
across like kind of the bay of
Okay.
where you guys are.
I don't think anything of it.
Okay.
And just continue on. I mean, it's a bunch of crows.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got like a little.
So you're all canoeing it. Is that what we're doing, or are we
Yeah.
walking the shoreline? How's the travel? The canoe?
Yeah.
We're going canoe, yeah.
Yeah.
Canoe. All right.
With his map.
Yeah,
will,
with the
traverse.
map. All right, I'd like you to all roll survival checks.
Oh boy, rolled dead.
And who's in whose canoe?
I'm with Graf.
Yeah.
Okay,
I have an
Yeah.
8.
13.
13,
Need
11.
Raquel.
Killing it. 18.
18. All right.
Fuck, Graf's full.
Raquel, being familiar with what Veronica has taught you about the canoe, you're able to steady it.
Smart.
Whether it be the jug of ale that's in your hand, counterbalancing Kane's kind of like
Wait, you still have the jug of ale
Ju-
with you?
jump. Well, it takes a long time
I'm
to
very
finish it unless
nervous.
you drank the whole thing.
No.
Between his legs.
But yeah, you keep a
I got
quite
really big
balance on the
straw.
canoe as him getting in off the dock. And Zook kind of fumbles in a little bit,
Yeah.
but you being familiar with how the canoe balances, you keep it sturdy.
How many Just keep paddling. Zach.
Oh, the sandwiches would give you another
You're gonna hold this
4.
giant
4
paddle
rations.
up.
The sandwiches are another 4 rations.
Another 4 rations.
4 rations, yeah. So we should have 14 everyone.
Yeah, 14 for everyone.
Is there like a gnome-sized canoe paddle, or are these just regular-sized canoe paddles?
She has a giant ladle.
Perfect. Can I borrow?
Kind of yeah. It's no. She finds
So
you
we're like
a
light years
smaller.
ahead of you guys.
She has a child size paddle.
Perfect.
So it's good. You do have long arm, but yeah, no, it's a more child size paddle for you. She stands. Her and Naaman stand on the end of the dock, kind of waving you guys off. She says that a lantern will guide your way back. You see her kind of set a lantern on top of the one of the posts sticking out of the water of the dock, and they'll make sure it's lit for you guys.
We should ask them
And they'll
if
keep
they need
a
it,
couple lanterns up there too.
Oh well.
Sell it out.
Well,
Do you need anything while we're out in the woods?
if you catch any animals or what, bring it back. We can definitely make another stew or
Perfect.
other
We'll
meals.
bring back 10 bears for you.
I don't know if those canoes can handle it.
Echoes out.
Yes. Oh yes, yes. Echo. This is a beautiful lake, very clear lake. You can like look down, see the stones all just rounded underneath, the ripples in the actual sand underneath of just the water slowly just kind of wrapping up.
I just want to keep scanning the water because I'm terrified of these dragon eels.
Oh yeah.
What they look like?
I don't care.
I don't know if you've ever
want
been on
to
the
know.
lake, but you do see the occasional kind of like fish kind of swim by. Very beautiful colors to it. Very rainbow looking underwater. But yes,
Should have got Hammond to teach me to fish.
the
So try and catch one.
yeah, the
Don't
water is
have
very
anything.
clear as you go across. There's not any much of a breeze blowing. There is the thing, but with all the trees kind of blocking the water is almost like glass. You can, as you're going, you can see on the map where the giant toe is just up ahead. But looks
So smart though.
about an hour's away, 2 hours away. Travel, you can just see this large protrusion in the earth itself formation. You can almost see like the toenail of rock.
There's the
Going
giant
there.
stone.
Yeah, and then there's you see the birch trees and pine trees all good. You can see the ferns just covering the walkway or the in between some of the trees. Yes, you guys are out on the canoes, paddling. Not much of a current to it, but so yeah, you guys are pushing through. You travel for a bit. Let me know if there's any time you guys want to stop and do anything. You do come by the bay where you would have seen the mansion before last time you were here.
Can I make a perception check there?
Certainly
Try and see
can.
what-
Certainly can.
Dirty.
Didn't.
Have we stopped while you're doing that?
No,
No, I just as we're going by
Okay.
so far. That's not good. 6.
6.
I can't even help. 'cause I don't know
Nothing
what
that you
it
can
looks like.
see out of the ordinary. Actually, you do catch like a little bit of wildlife. It looks like what might be some small deer or elk kind of grazing in the woods, and they kind of poke their head up and see you guys on the water and turn their head back. Their ears kind
Beautiful,
of
isn't
go down.
it? Nature.
Except for these freaking growls.
Howler monkeys.
Take little Tim off my shoulder and put him in my pocket. You'll be safe.
Put a little
Better
water
watch out
wings
for
around.
those death swarms with him.
Yes.
You get picked up pretty quick, I imagine.
Yes. I will
I'm sorry,
not,
you put
like,
Tim where?
in my bucket.
And is he like
Yes.
chilling out? Okay, he's
100%.
watching, just
Yes.
looking, ears all perked.
Give him some cheese.
How much cheese do you have?
I bought a wheel.
Yeah, he on a wheel. He's got like I picture a backpack sitting in front of you that's about the size of you.
Yes.
It's not over encumbering you yet, but the
Oh,
more
gosh.
the more you scavenge
I need
and
to,
more harvest. Yes.
Make sure. I don't even care. I'll just.
Another couple hours go by. You were following it. The lake is just wide open. You can see the shorelines to it. Some areas you can see like a little bit of beach to it, but most of the time it's
Wisdom.
almost a rock face.
You have it. I have the map. So
I
I'm
don't know.
navigating? Okay.
You get to a place
yeah.
where
I wanna check her
he would have had
bearings, make sure
circled.
we-
Yeah, you're at a familiar location.
Okay, perfect.
It's a little bit different in the summertime compared to the fall.
Is there still a whirlpool in the middle of the lake from the ruins?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, shit, forgot him.
These are things we should have thought of before we took the canoes.
Oh my goodness. 7? Good rolls tonight.
7.
6 and a 7 perception.
Right. The water that you're on now is a little bit darker. It either goes deeper or there's just plant life kind of mucking it up. But paddling in this little area, you can feel whoever's in the back of the canoe, whoever's steering. You're feeling it a little bit more hard to steer here. There is a current going to it.
I think we should go wide
With a 6, you would see
berth around this.
within the darkness of like there's some type of plant life underneath the water. There is a glowing blip,
Glowing blip.
just blips on and off.
Graph, you see that?
It kind of looks like those plants we saw earlier.
The.
Okay. Yeah, well, do I recognize it? I guess. Can I discern what it is with it being a dark water?
It is dark over it. It just looks
Yeah.
like there is an orb or something that is just
Okay.
pulsing underneath.
Oh yeah, like it's an actual.
How-
it's not
okay.
like
Very
a plant
slow.
life?
Very slow. Okay, it's
How
You
deep
don't know.
down is
different
it? Yeah, can we tell the
image of what
depth?
it was.
Depth, you're thinking probably about 6 feet or so. Because you can see some of the plant life kind of over top of it, but just like I wouldn't say seaweed, but it's just
say-
some type of plant life
Hold my
underneath water.
keg.
No.
And it just kind of
No, I
my
refrain
God.
from doing that.
just every so often, just a slight little pulse.
My suggestion
And
would
it's
be trying to.
Looks kind of whitish to the color. I wouldn't say a circle. It's more of a oval type.
Look like a crystal?
I don't know. You rolled an 8.
Can I look at?
Right.
Can I?
Can you look?
Discern?
Sure.
I rolled. Okay, I rolled an 8 though to see if there's a world.
8.
Found that, but that's what that whirlpool brought your attention to. An
Okay.
8. You see a glowing thing.
Does anyone have some
And then
string
just
with a
for a
heavy
second,
object that
Zuck,
we can kind
For a
of?
second, you see something go.
Can we?
Black.
We have rope. Why don't we just use Zuck?
No, I just saw something swim by. And it looked like a dragon.
Yeah, that's my suggestion. Not to jump in. Let's not
Yes.
do that.
No.
Do we have anything we could retrieve it with?
I could be quite the bite-sized
like
snack.
Graph, you're good at MacGyvering stuff. Is there something you can think off the top of
Probably
your head?
make something.
Roll a history check. Sure.
Perhaps a grapple hook.
Well, yeah, that would work.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
My boy.
Oh, I wonder. Actually,
18.
That's why you always refer to Graph to do stuff.
You
'cause his
recall
rolls are
when
impeccable.
you were leaving the place when it was all starting to go underneath water. There was like a tiny spire or like a cylinder kind of sticking in the air, and it used to still stay out of the water. Now it looks like it's deeper.
So it's probably
That's your
something-
best assumption of what that thing might be.
Oh. Do you guys remember when it was that ruin was collapsing?
Yeah, yeah. There was something that flew off into the sky. I thought no.
I don't think
That-
so, but
that was my-
there was like a pillar on top of it as it was sinking, and does that kind of remind you of it?
Yes. No, it does actually. So it's not something we could really retrieve, but it's kind of curious to.
It might be something we should maybe avoid even.
what was this
Yes,
thing?
this is something we could always come back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not spend too much time.
I wanna.
I mean, if that's all it is for the time being.
Just got some up the sleeve.
Are you done with your jug, Raquel?
Oh, I'll be at this for a while.
And no, I'm not. I have nothing on my sleeve.
What were you thinking?
I was gonna put like a buoy or something to mark it.
Well, we can mark it on the map.
Roughly, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You look at the map and
You
you
can
kind of get your bearings.
Yeah.
And there was the circle structure
Would you like-
drawn on the map.
Would you like me to?
Oh.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, so you piece together. that,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
ruin that he was at.
So there's no whirlpool then. Well, not on top of the.
Not yet.
There's
Perhaps we should move
There's a
fast.
slight current
Right.
that just kind of circles.
It's gotten a lot less then, anyways.
Perhaps we shouldn't mess with
There's
it.
still air down there.
Damn. I wonder if there's a world. Just a general question to the group. If there's a whirlpool and it's sucking stuff, do you think it pulls objects towards it? Maybe there's some loot down there. Anyways.
Possibly.
No, let's not get sidetracked. We already have a mission.
As you want to be the one
Yeah.
to dive in
I'm
and
not-
grab it.
No,
I'm okay with
We already have a
this.
mission. Let's continue on.
Yes. Let's not get too distracted.
Yes. That was just a thought that popped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to pull out the map and direct ourselves. This is probably the last bit of
Yes, this is familiar.
familiarity.
Once you were here last time, you
Familiarity.
saw that the lake continued
Yeah.
going on around a couple more bends.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'd like to pull out the
from
map
here,
and kind of decipher which way we would be traveling.
Well, the map is you're heading kind of the river. Well, the lake itself veers more to a west-north kind of style.
Raquel, direct us that way, please. Noise.
Yeah. So you guys paddle, making good time since there is no wind or any current.
Is it getting night?
Yeah, for a couple hours now, the sun is starting to set. Once again, the sky is a beautiful purple and orange as the sun is starting to set across the night.
I wanna
Want to set camp on the nearest shoreline. How far is shore?
Roll a survival check. Let's see if there's a nice area. You see actually a place.
You see my roll?
It goes from like around where you the vortex that you just passed over. Looking through, you can see a part where the shoreline is now kind of like cliff face, almost not super high up, but it's gradually getting taller.
Right.
You can see a part where there is a creek or something that goes down in between two rock faces that would provide you cover.
My suggestion would be in between those two rock faces, a little bit of a creek.
Just my passive perception, just looking at it, do I think it's a good spot? My passive perception is 14.
There's a lot of cover over top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would provide you cover on top, but it just looks like a lot of the trees on the rock face that kind of it goes in look to be dead and decayed. Maybe like a light breeze might be able to blow a couple of these.
No, that's the best place.
But it does look like it provide you cover. You'd be out of the lake of seeing things, and there'd be this little ravine. Who knows how far this creek goes in? But it does look to be wide enough in between the rocks to get a canoe through.
It might be alright, but just take a look at those trees. Maybe if the wind starts to pick up, that might be a problem.
Yeah.
We'll just have to be aware of that.
Well, we'll head up a little bit further.
Somebody else wants to look for a place to camp.
Yeah.
I want to look at the sky. See,
Look to the sky.
yeah, I want to see if I can I don't know. I just want to see if maybe there's any mooncast or anything dripping around.
Take a look.
Since I'm involved, I'll look for another spot. So.
Come on.
36, 49, 41.
Looking at it though, you can see that
Rolls that up.
like it started off with clear sky with a little bit of clouds.
Okay.
It looks like there is cloud cover heading your guys' way. Like the red and purples are kind of making it a little bit more noticeable.
What's that saying that the sailors say?
The sailors.
First time we came in, already talking about what do you roll?
21.
A 21. Yeah, you look to where he is, but on the opposite side of the lake, you can actually see some of the trees give way. It's not as thick there. There seems to be some type of beach, as well as you can see some type of little shack.
How far? Sorry, from shoreline to shoreline right now. How far would you?
Oh, you're each way
From where I
this
was?
area.
Pointing out to where crafts
here. So yeah, this is actually a pretty convenient place that you guys rolled into. You're looking at about to your side. You're a little bit closer where you are. Would be 60 feet to go into the creek.
Awesome.
Over that way, it's about 200 feet to your way.
So
but you can see it because it is clear sky. The sun's still there a bit as it's setting. But yeah, you can see, and it doesn't look to be like a 21. It doesn't look to be that it's inhabited. It just looks like an old abandoned little shack or shanty, an F shack. Sorry, I watched that movie the other day.
How about over there? There's a looks like there's actually
the F Shack.
Mike and the boys.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Yeah, Dirty Mike. Sorry. Okay. Watch
Now
that.
it's Dirty
Deadpool
Raquel
2.
and the boys.
Yeah, Raquel and the boys. Thanks for the F shack. Oh, sorry. I am foreshadowing what this shack will be. No, just
Oh God.
I'm getting carried away. All right, bring it in. Sorry, guys.
No.
Sorry, viewers. Bringing it. All right, what are we doing?
Okay. Over there looks to be some sort of structure, and be a bit more.
Jesus, I don't know how I overlooked that.
Bit more
It sounds like
covered
a
there.
fantastic spot.
Yeah. Let's make our way over there.
Raquel, do you still have some drink?
Oh, yes. Almost done.
We're
Steering
sitting down
over
for the night.
towards there now.
Can I have a little bit of your
Steer over.
ale?
Quite strong.
So
No, this is pretty much water. It's not basket.
yeah,
It's
sorry,
town at all.
because you guys already got fed today, you don't have to worry about rations for today.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna still eat,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, unless you guys are watching your figure.
No, I'm eating a Sammy.
Yeah, okay, you're eating one of the Sammys. But don't worry, it doesn't take away from anything today. So yeah, you're going over to where the shanty is, the shack is. So yeah, there is beach to the one side, and you can see that the shack that you kind of saw, it kind of does border along the lake. So there is a dock that is right up against the house. You guys,
Yeah, we're not just busting in there.
Yeah, just going.
I'm checking,
yeah.
scoping.
Oh, you're
as
gonna
we're-
scope it
yeah,
first,
I'm
or are you
just-
guys heading right there?
Maybe one of us should go to the beach first.
Yeah, I will.
All right, who's going to the beach?
I'll go to the beach first and take a walk around.
We'll stay out in the water.
House.
Well, I'm
That
waiting.
means
We're,
you're both
Investigation check.
we're waiting in the water for your word.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
to
fine.
come
So
show.
Raquel, you've brought him right up to the
When it
Yeah.
counts, not 20.
when it counts.
Maybe.
Um,
Sorry, that was investigation, you said?
yeah,
So
investigation. 21.
With an actual.
That's good enough. That's good. Actually,
Good enough.
Some hiding.
that's
What was
good.
Is that my first nat 20 of the stream? No.
No, you had your last game. I think you had your
Yeah,
first
on
Okay.
nonsense stuff.
Yeah.
To find that girl, wasn't it? Jumped up on the
Yeah,
table?
jump on the table. You saw it. So
When it counts.
you arrive on the beach. Nothing really looks out of place. At one point, like a few weeks ago, there was it looks like a little makeshift camp. Not camp, sorry, a campfire, like a little fireplace. There's rocks around it. It was done.
This is outside the house, yeah.
Yeah, outside the house on a little bit of the beach. All the windows seem to be broken to the house. No movement inside. Does seem to be very dusty. A lot of pine cones and pine leaves have fallen all over the place. Ferns
like-
kind of growing.
The worst.
There is looks like some plant life has taken over the shanty pretty much, just with time going by. But you find little footprints, small, humanoid footprints. By humanoid, I don't mean just human boots, but they look like they have 3 claws out front and 1 back, like a toe. So, like that.
Bird?
Like that.
Bird, then.
Thicker to the feet to it. It almost looks, natural 20. I'm gonna say
No.
reptilian. There's little claws in it, and it looks like there's about 3 sets of them.
How fresh? I can
Not
I can
too
roll a
fresh.
dice.
Not too fresh. It's been maybe about 3 to 4 days. You're not
Days.
really a
So
tracker.
the fire
but
is not.
the fire looks older than what this
Right,
was.
exactly.
There's there. And now, do you follow these footprints at all? or
I just kind of check the general direction.
check
where
the-
they're
it
going.
goes heads back into the woods. And you
How's
can
it looking?
I don't give a response. Just quite yet.
As soon as he doesn't answer, I'll get on
Yeah.
our
test them out.
Noise.
How's it looking?
So you feel like
Whisper.
very intruded here for a second. Like, what the fuck? Like, it just kind of comes into the head. It's like someone I don't know if your father ever talked. No, he wouldn't have. But it's like someone's talking to you with telepathy.
Do I know it's the pin? That might be a dumb
Yeah,
question.
once Graph
Yeah.
comes in, you're like, how
Okay.
the fuck can I hear him from way
Yeah,
out in the
okay.
lake? And then
Oh,
you're like,
right.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it does. Yeah, I guess it'd give kind of like a little reverb, like it just vibrates a bit to let
okay.
you know.
A little tingle.
Nothing. Yeah, just
Yeah.
a tingle. Nothing to like.
Okay.
If shit ever hit the fan, you guys needed to hide this. It's nothing that's noticeable. It's just
I'll
a little vibration on your chest.
I opened the comms to everyone. I'm just
Yeah.
so more specifically, do I know how can you just pinpoint one person, or is it kind of an open communication between? Are all four attached?
You can, all four are
can
synced together. But if you want to just focus on one person, you
okay.
think of that person and talk.
And the other two.
The other two
in this
won't
scenario
here, so
won't.
you can always have a one-way or a two-way conversation, or you
Yeah.
can have it as a group chat.
Right. Okay. Cool. A group chat.
Yeah.
I just say there's a week-old fire here, and I'm kind of like it's hushed, just so everyone else can hear. And I found some lizard folk. Do I actually know what these humanoids would be called, other than just their reptilian feet?
Roll a history check for me real quick, or survival.
Okay.
I'm giving you a bonus on this.
So 6. That's a 10.
10.
4.
You feel like you've seen this before recently, these kind of tracks, or their feet style. You've seen this before recently.
No idea. Yeah, they head off into the bush. So if you just want to paddle in quietly for now, and we won't set a fire quite yet, and just to make sure that we're alone and safe. There's about 3 of these lizard folks.
These tracks?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you guys just want to come into the shore.
All right, coming in.
So you're going back out on the beach to tell these guys? Well,
Yeah, I just opened up my comms.
Okay.
And told them to come in quietly, and told Raquel to put the jug down. Things might get serious. Maybe they won't.
Hey Fizz, while I'm paddling, maybe you should start casting detect magic. If there's anything
I have
there.
What?
I got no fucking vision at night.
As the sun is setting, it is
Yeah,
getting darker.
So
Yeah. Can I?
there's fuck all we can do. I just could you give them a little more specifics about the trail? Is the trail like a very can they walk around, and how dense is the bush going into? Like, is it
around
one path?
the area of the beach
Is it
and everything
one
like that is very open in this little area. The cabin, by chance, even though it shows here that it's right on the lake, there are still trees that are in front of it. Where these guys go, it does get very. There's not really there is a trail. Sorry, should say there is a walking trail that leads up that way.
Yeah.
But the tracks go off in that way. You don't really need to have this open right now, Ben, but you can if you want. It's just for you guys.
Yeah.
I'd like to cast detect magic and see if I can detect.
Would ya?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry. One other thing with your
Nat 20.
nat 20. I'll just put it.
So it
like
so
that.
it is
Just like
it
this,
is
yeah.
one trail
There's a trail like that walks off this way.
This is a trail,
They
okay.
go this way. These little trails
through the
But-
bush.
Yeah, through the bush.
So it's not a
About
main
there
street.
though, you do see. There is. I forgot to mention this. You do see the ground. Even before calling them in, you can see that the ground has been like a lot of foliage and stuff has been all kind of pushed up into this little pile. Looks like just out of place.
Detect magic.
Okay, detect magic.
Do I roll for that?
No.
I would like to discern that as a trap and steer clear the fuck away from that.
kind of give you an idea of kind of what you're dealing with. You want to just steer clear of it? Detect magic. Nope, we don't detect any magic around.
No. Okay.
That lasts 10 minutes, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's up
Okay.
for 10 minutes.
So you can, if you like, it's in a radius. So if you walk around and stuff, a little bit,
Yeah.
you walk around, you have a chance of picking stuff up. Essentially. I'd like to set the. Sorry. One.
So yeah, you find that, you tell them that. Sorry guys.
Where do the tracks come in? Do they come in and leave in the same spot?
Yeah, it looks like.
They came in and left the same.
Yeah, it looks like the same kind of breaking.
I'm
trail.
going to open the bear trap, set it down on that little trail.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let everyone know where it is, and I'm gonna try and mask it as best I can on the trail.
Just roll a.
Probably not where
Just
this.
roll a stealth check for me.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, why is your stealth real low?
Oh, that was a fucking 15 and rolled off the
Oh,
stupid
too bad
tile
it's
to
not caught
fucking
now.
5. Bitch. No, it's not bad. It's +3, so it's 8.
Hey,
I mean, it's not a great roll, but
it looks like to your best ability. Like if you're not looking at it, then yeah, for sure you'd probably.
oh, I'm
some of-
sorry. I'm stealthing the trap.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's,
Oh, okay.
I'm
Sorry,
how,
I thought
how well
there
you
was gonna
hit
be
it.
Some people around.
No, not
cool.
just yeah. It
That's
was.
fine.
I was just trying to figure out a good
All right.
that or a survival check, but
Nope, it is what it is.
yeah, I just like stuff
we
because
gonna-
you're trying to hide it.
I need to fucking.
We'll
get
be
away
making
from this
camp here for the
dumbass
night
man.
then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're actually gonna bury that. I'll just leave it like that.
Is it that obvious?
No.
No,
What's your
it is
passive?
or
What's
no?
your passive perception? They're actually here.
13.
Yeah, then you'd see
It
it.
is 13.
I walk up and it's like, why is that trap just sitting there?
I also do the
Arcane.
same.
Is it that
bad? Sorry, it's getting dark on it.
As a group effort, you guys can all try to move it
Let's
like that.
make this.
I
a
sprinkle like
little
a little dirt and be like, perfect.
Wow, you're right.
Nice.
better. Where'd it go?
So much better.
So, one other thing.
I want to go over here and take some of my string and like a bell and cast alarm just in case anybody comes in.
Yeah,
Nice.
Spell.
Okay, it is a walking way as you yeah, your vision still holds. There's still enough light that you guys can see
I
what's
have
going
dark
on, but it's
vision
getting,
as
I know.
well.
I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
I'll just
The only one.
It's getting close to that
The only
magic
one.
hour where
just
you're
hold me.
something neat I do with dark vision is because like it's an adjustment phase. It just doesn't happen.
Ah, okay.
It
I
is a
like
magic hour, so it is getting your vision's getting a little blurred, but it's enough
It's in that center.
that you can see that this trail, like you're going about your business and you look and it looks like it goes up on an incline and then it kind of wraps around like almost a not a mountaintop, but it gets into a hilly area. You can see large boulders and the roots of the trees sticking out from the ground protruding, but it looks like you can't see further past that trail. So it's you do about your business.
That counts as one of my spell slots, right?
Yep.
Okay, just
And then once you turn around, you can kind of see this cluster that Graf,
Is that-
King
How many
pointed
times
out.
can you cast? How many times can you do this detection?
Yeah, you guys see something new that looks new.
Yeah, I'm very fascinated.
I could do this all the time. It just takes me a little bit of ramp up time and
Could
Well-
you potentially do that in front of the trap that I had just set, just in case they see my trap? Your alarm spell will signify that someone is coming down that trail.
oh.
Just
How
don't.
would that work? Can I cast alarm twice?
Yeah, that's why I was.
How many?
asking
It's a
you.
cantrip for you.
No, it's a spell.
it's first level.
It's
It's your first level spell, and how
Yeah.
many spell slots do you
I have 2 spell slots.
Then yes, you
Is
can
it
do
a
it twice.
concentration though?
Nope.
I don't believe so.
Alarm's not concentration.
So okay, then yeah, that's what I'll do.
Fairly certain.
I'll
I'm
set
sure our
one up
viewers at
here,
home will correct me if I'm
and I'll
wrong.
set one up on the other side
Yeah.
of the trap.
Don't
but
get yourself caught. In
definitely
the trap,
not going to get myself caught in the trap. I will go around it.
You sure?
Wide berth.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're good.
Yes.
though.
Can't hit me with that.
I'm playing.
Make sure,
Sorry.
make
It's
sure
been a
to
long day.
cover your tracks on the way out. though.
Meet with you guys over here.
Okay.
Zach,
Yeah.
make sure to cover your tracks on the way out so people can't see that you walk. Anyways, as best as you can.
Yeah. Do I leave traps? Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
unless you have you've known of an item that could.
Dust and traceless.
No, it's not concentration. It'll last for 8 hours. So
Perfect.
It's a
That's
good,
awesome.
It's a
Yeah.
good setup.
On my
I
way
just
out,
wanted
just-
to make sure.
I'm gonna have like.
I just say out loud, damn it, I wish Vincent was here to see us.
No, this is great. You guys are setting up. Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at you, take notes, pretending to take notes.
Yeah.
I like it. Nice.
So
Vincent
you've set up an
impression.
alarm in front of his bear trap,
Yeah,
and
In
then
front
as
of
well as
this
that
bear
trail.
trap
Yeah.
and this trap.
And then like over here it is wooded, but like you can see that there are places in the trees that like, you
Right.
could make
Wow.
it through.
Can't
Like
come
anybody
back.
can walk through.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
but
it's
these
like,
are kind of the more I'm gonna say highly
yeah,
traversed.
like
areas.
trying to
Just 'cause
do
we don't know
something that
what's
you guys
going
can
on.
relate to. Think like how thick the woods are. You guys ever been on the Nordic ski trail there, the cross country
Yeah.
place there?
Yeah,
it's like that. Not on the trail
sometimes
itself,
it's
but in the
spaced
middle.
out
Yeah,
and you
there
can
is.
Kind of
see-
like your island, but at the back.
Yeah,
end.
yeah, exactly,
Boom.
exactly. So you have those moments. So yes, so you have 2 areas that are probably pretty fortified. The only area you have to maybe worry about is
That's
this
a
one.
cool thought. Imagine if Elliot Islands and Killjoy,
Imagine this was alien.
I think we're on a
Mind
landmass.
free.
I think actually we don't. Yeah, I look at the map.
Beer Sirac needs to reside somewhere in California.
Fucking final boss.
Oh yeah, he's here.
Anyways,
He's here.
who wants to take first watch? And should we? Do you guys think we should light a campfire? Like how?
Yeah, it's
cautious
now
do you
with
think
all
we
you
should
guys
be?
doing all your time to set up. Zook's the only one who seems to be running around unhindered. It's still like yeah, it's whites and grays for you to see everything here, but yeah, it is now. There's like a few. There's actually no windows on this side. There's just the windows here, on that side. But they're all broken anyways. But it is now dark.
Okay.
I'll take first watch. I can.
And actually, yeah, it's real dark. There's usually for the last couple weeks, it's just been clear skies and beautiful stars out.
Damn,
Tonight,
I
you
wish it
look
wasn't
up and
quite
it's
dark yet. I would have liked to try and make like a foliage hood to build over top the campfire to kind of hide the glare, so you could put it kind of.
well. Once you get the fire started, you can get going.
probably
Are we gonna start a fire? Yeah.
Wow.
put a cloak.
How
just
cold is
by
it?
No, it's still because it's getting. It's sorry, I keep
It's
saying
just
it's
because
summer
nobody
air.
else is dark
It
vision
is.
other than you, so
Yeah, but
we have no vision.
In this shanty,
It is getting
you
to
said
the
there was a
last
fireplace?
last
no,
bit of
that was
spring.
outside.
So the summer month, it is it's a cool night, but it's nothing uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm just gonna light a torch because I can't see. So
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay, then if it's not too cold, then we'll go in. I'm gonna lay down into the room. Do I have a bedroll? I have a bedroll. I'm gonna lay it out.
have it done.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay it out and take a snooze.
So you guys walked into the cabin.
You
Huh?
went,
Yeah.
Gonna do it, yeah.
Does
you-
my detect magic go off or anything?
No, it was only up for 10 minutes, so it's
Cool.
and detect magic's just a ritual cantrip for
I
you now.
suppose
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
checked
Okay,
this
just
out.
double
Oh,
checking.
it's
You
done
walk
now.
into this place. There's cobwebs everywhere. There's tables unfolded, furniture that is just broken.
It's not a very big.
Very barren. No, it's just
Oh.
as big as that space
Ah,
there.
okay.
You can tell at one point it might have been an eating area. The first place you walk into, you can tell it's very open because there's like just
Dust
no
everywhere.
dust.
Untouched.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check.
Sure, it's
Do you have a?
pitch black.
Yeah, it is pitch
Yeah, well,
black,
I
so
can't
you
see fuck
can't
all.
see. Then you don't even
Oh.
have to.
Okay.
You can look around.
Yeah. Can I? Yeah. I'll do
Yeah, while
that.
you're with me.
Can I also detect magic again before we go inside?
That just.
Yeah, through your spell of walking around, it would pick up.
Okay.
but it doesn't-
Okay.
it-
I just
you
didn't
still
know if
haven't
it'd
any
be, like,
magic.
blocked or
But roll an investigation check.
Watch
for
the
it.
tiles. Oh, boy.
anything. 7.
7.
We need a fucking graph over here.
I'm out keeping watch. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
There is one a cup that catches your eye. It looks like it is a wooden cup that it has been just crushed.
Crushed.
And it looks different than everything else because everything else has like a fine layer of dust on it and everything. This looks like it's been disturbed.
Yeah, going to sleep. Roll up my bedroll. Into whatever area that's not too bad.
Okay.
So you see this cup. Are you doing anything with it or just walking away? Let's see, lays
I gotta
down.
get
Where?
ready to
Just
come.
put your figure where you're sleeping.
Just where's the kind of an open spot?
You can walk in. If you walk into there,
Yeah,
this is all enclosed.
eating area?
That's more of an open area because there's the front steps that come right up, and you
Yeah.
can see that there's no door there, but
Yeah.
it's more of a secluded area where you have the 3 windows, and then over in here it's pitch dark. Like there's no light source or whatsoever. Maybe creeping through some of the wood paneling on the outside.
This is the eating
From
area.
the
Yeah, and that's where you see the cup is when you
Okay.
came in there.
Perhaps.
Well, if this is the more open area,
Yeah. That looks like it has more routes of escape. That you're more sorry, I shouldn't say escape. Like it's something
No.
bad's gonna happen.
something bad.
This is all enclosed in that section.
yeah.
There.
Well, I'm
So
gonna,
there's-
I'm gonna. This is a door. I'm
Um,
Yeah, door out there.
I'm gonna sleep.
You
right
saw
here.
the cup in the darkened area.
In the
and-
dark
yeah.
I'm gonna sleep in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just put my. This is my.
Yeah, that's gonna be your guy. Sorry.
That's fine. I'm gonna get a mini.
Would there be like torch holders in this place or anything? Anywhere like if
You'd
I were
see
to
places
sconce?
where
what it's
not
called?
really sconces or sconces. You'd see more or less like
or
what
any,
looks.
like candles or anything?
That's what I'm saying. There's like more candle holders, things like that, or there is a hook hanging from the ceiling that maybe at one point could have held a lantern.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, does my dungeon need
Oh, he's excited. What do you
We
do?
need
Red
that.
count?
Either way, I'd like
What do
to
you do?
light a torch
Okay.
in here
All right.
that I'm just gonna hold for a sec because this
walk
cat
around
has
drinking my
thrown
liquor.
me
Okay.
Still boozing
a
it.
little off.
Haven't gave up on the liquor yet.
I want to. Yeah, with the torch, I'm just gonna like. That cup doesn't look like it belongs here. It looks like it was brought by somebody else, and there's no dust on it or anything. It looks
Is that the only thing?
like somebody's been here recently.
Is that the only thing that's untouched? Like, that does not have dust on it?
Yes. And it's crushed.
Okay, well.
Just gonna wave the torch around. Do I see anything else? Anything better? But that would be bad, eh, for me?
What?
Waving like.
No, with the torch close to you, it took you a second. When the torch lights up, your gray and whites go almost black, and then all of the color just blends.
Okay,
right in.
cool.
So you see
I
it's
just
like-
wanted to make sure
it just
how that worked.
takes a moment. It just doesn't happen instantly.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the movie Rain of Fire, there's something they call the magic hours, where the dragon has to adjust to daylight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
So it's
that.
very.
Cool.
I've always liked that
It's been
idea,
a
so I
while.
find that with dark vision, at dusk is a very
What?
dusk and dawn
Rain of
is
Fire.
very dangerous.
Yeah,
not
'cause-
dangerous.
no, I
it just
like that.
takes a second to
I
adjust.
enjoy that.
Good, thank you.
Because
Because it will come into play. I can guarantee you. Not anytime soon.
okay, I just want to roll another
It's how I
investigation
deal with dark vision.
and see if I see anything else.
Okay,
What's someone do?
Same roll.
Seven.
7.
Well, I get up. And
Looks clear. Just that cup
I
keeps
get up
distracting you.
Cup, man. I don't like that cup.
I get up and go
Um,
and investigate with him then.
Okay, well, I want to creep more towards this.
Well, didn't you say you were passed out sleeping?
Right, but he called for me,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I'm
Alright,
gonna get up
alright,
and I
alright.
asked him if there's
Okay.
any more.
Okay,
Give him
so
a
you
little
want to investigate too? You can either assist him and he just rolls with advantage, or if you guys want to do assisting by you both roll, it doesn't
Yeah, I'll
bother me.
just,
It's whatever makes you guys happy.
my rolls have been
Kel's
awesome
just sitting on
tonight,
the
so-
steps drinking.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, investigation. That's a 15.
15. All right.
Do we see anything?
Together, Kane and Zook, while you're looking, and you just see the cup, and it's all smashed on the ground. It's Kane who just sees this like 2 strands that kind of come up on a V, coming from the ground underneath where the smashed cup is, and goes to the ceiling where there is some rafters. And there seems to be just this heavy rock that's sitting there.
It's a tarp.
You don't know it's a turb.
It's not a tarp. I don't know shit.
But you see this, yes.
I'm gonna inform him. I'm not gonna be a dick. Do not touch that cup. And I point up.
It's a tarp.
Yeah.
It's a trap. I inform everyone there's a trap inside the building, so
Keep an eye on it.
probably be on the lookout for other shit. Can you?
Can we disarm it? Like if I'm wondering if we cut
I don't
the.
know. I don't know if I know how to disarm.
While this is going on,
We just don't need to go in here.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah,
take a
just leave
couple
it.
torches and find some like spots out here just to like set them somewhere
No
dry.
problem. You find a
Yeah,
little
sort of
spot.
just so I can
Even
have
in
a
that
bit more
log,
range.
you can see one of the
Just-
branches
let's
that's
just
broken
not
out.
touch
You
this
can
room.
stick
Let's
through.
just
A
investigate.
little
this
dry. You
room.
might want to look out for it after a couple
Yeah.
hours
Make
with
sure
the torch to
it's
windows.
not booby trapped and
I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about where the doorway is. Taking some rope. Hear me out. And my pitons. And like kind of putting one here, one here, one here, one here, one
No,
here.
no.
And then just running my rope so it kind of makes like a.
I think that's unnecessary. We're all
Also,
here.
that sound that you just heard actually happens.
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
Unnecessary kick.
Yeah,
Do you
no,
think we're in danger at all?
no, I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just not gonna worry about
Oh,
it.
you meant sorry. You meant this story?
Yeah,
Uh,
just in case. I don't know what's
Just put
in
them on the
there.
ground.
What on the ground?
The pitons. Like, or they, you can kind of use them like set them up, kind of like pins, and someone walks across and my foot. Or
Nah.
okay,
Don't like it.
or you do you.
Ain't doing it.
I'm gonna go sleep.
Um.
I go back to bed.
I'll chime in. I can hear them in there. I was like, "This is cutting out to your sleeping time."
Yeah, I
Okay.
go to Z's.
I'm just gonna sit right here.
Yeah, I go back
kind
to
of
my spot
angled at
and
that.
sweep.
And like just give you an idea like how fine it is to mess these. Like these almost look like strands. Like they are very fine wire. To be holding this heavy object above is cool.
So you
Just that's how you
Perhaps
kind
we'll
of
deal
missed
with
it.
it in
It's
the
not like
morning.
ropes sticking out. It's like these fine, tiny
Yeah,
wires.
Yeah, like
Okay.
piano wires.
Yeah, pretty
I'm
much.
gonna take my bedroll and I want to like lean up and like sleep just in
Okay.
the corner here.
Okay. Who's taking first watch?
That's me.
All right,
Rough.
you've done your like walk around, looking
Yeah.
around. Roll me just a d20, please.
7.
7. Interesting. Oops.
Howler monkeys.
Should play right now.
Which way did the wolf noise come from? This way? Okay.
Yeah.
It's got an alarm spell. I suppose.
Do it. Now that you're thinking, you're kind of by yourself and it's quiet and stuff like that, and you heard that howl. You've heard wolves howl before. Fuck, you've been right up close with them before and heard them snarl stuff. This just sounded like a little bit deeper and more grovelly in that howl. You hear coming from this direction, up ahead from the trail where you set up the alarm.
I hate this music.
There is there's a sound of like the branches kind of breaking, like
Oh yeah.
like something that you just hear because it's so quiet out and so everything. I mean, it's an eerily quiet, and there's the cloud cover has blocked out all the stars, so it is darker than usual just with your torch, but you can hear like something moving in the woods. A guesstimation of how far away, between 90 and 100 feet, somewhere up in that elevated area.
I'm gonna wait for a bit and see if I hear anything else, or if anything else happens.
Yeah, just roll a perception check.
Perception. 18.
18. You're coming from this direction.
I'm like gonna start backing towards into the cabin. I'm gonna get on my what did we call them? Because I'm just gonna call it a radio, but
It's the arrow pin.
arrow pin. Yeah, I'm gonna
just
get on
the
my
pin.
arrow pin
It's
and
called
just
a
like,
pin.
is anyone awake? Let's see if anyone.
I passed out. Raquel's passed out drinking
Well,
upstairs.
depending on how loud you said, if you back into the cabin, we're all
Well,
sleeping in this
I'm
room.
just starting to like take steps back
Oh,
because I'm
okay.
hearing things like something's around me. So
Sounds
How do
for
we-
me anyways.
I'm gonna walk up to.
Are you
the,
awake or are you sleeping?
So when you're sleeping, it's hard for it to
You're sleeping.
register
Yeah,
because their
I just wanted
conscious
to
is
see
shut.
if it was up.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
Because I didn't want to make bring too much attention to myself. I'll
You
walk up
passed out or you
to.
sleeping?
passed out.
I'm gonna.
Great.
Are you on the porch?
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Are you
out
gonna
better.
turn into a drunken monk?
Yeah.
You're gonna develop a drinking problem. I know it.
So I'm gonna
I mean, when he's
walk backwards up to the porch and try and like poke Raquel awake. Just like, hey, just give him a little nudge with my foot, or see if he gets up.
You'd feel, yeah, the ale's not so. Oh, it is a jug, so yeah, depending how much you drank of it.
All of it.
Yeah, okay,
How much? All
just
of
do
it.
a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
We'll see how unconscious you are.
And I'm like, as soon as I see you're conscious, I'm like, shh, 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 like,
16.
Oh yeah, this is nothing compared to what you've been drinking in Aberth. Like
you're
you build up a tolerance.
drunk now.
But yes, you feel a nudge from.
Is it my time for watch?
No, get Zuck. We need someone with dark vision right now. There's something out there.
I like kind of just crawl up the steps, and I peek around the corner. Zuck. And kind of like grab his feet.
Howler monkeys, man.
When I hear him like wake up Zuck, I'll like get on the thing and it's like there's something out there. Like I'm just like
peering out the window.
calling to everyone.
Okay,
whoever's
peering out the window.
Yeah.
What direction are you watching? There.
Which direction?
Well, you're inside. I don't know if I can.
Nothing sounded off my alarms yet.
60 feet. You can't really see nothing, but it's your vision kind of just as it inclines.
Where did
It's
you put
just
your
dark.
torches?
Give or take,
The
like,
torches are over here somewhere.
Okay.
Here,
how?
Yeah, can we put a couple markers?
Sure.
Calvin? Where?
Give or
Yeah,
take,
I should
Calvin,
have some
how
torches.
far would I
Where are they,
be
Calvin?
to here?
That's
Like, would I be
the-
able
Count
to
out the
see?
squares.
No, that's
Oh, yeah.
60 feet. That's what he's saying.
I'd say
that's-
probably
You
like
can only see
right
30
here,
feet
like-
is like regular vision for you.
I don't know
So
where the
that's,
water would meet.
even
but
though it's all
20,
white and
30,
gray.
maybe something like that, more likely.
55.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's like 60, 70 feet.
Yeah, so it's 60. So your vision just hits. You'd have to go outside and.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that works
better.
Those are nice. There we go. Just two
My next
Yeah.
little
Okay.
markers.
There was just two.
Okay.
And I have one, so maybe.
Okay.
Wanna hold
Piece of
that?
candy.
Okay, I gotta go outside.
Okay.
I'll follow him up. Where? Which direction?
I'm just like pointing in the direction I like
Yeah.
heard.
So
like
you
this.
heard over there, and then there's something
Yeah.
over here too.
Nothing's tripped my alarm yet. I don't see anything.
Just be ready.
Roll a perception check now that you're out a little bit closer.
It's a 19.
19. Just as your vision kind of goes to a darkness, and like you just keep sitting there looking, a moment goes by of just quietness, and then you hear another branch break.
There it
And you
is.
kind of like look even closer, and it takes you a second because it's just on the cuffs of your normal vision or your dark vision to normal vision.
If it's obscuring, I just
Yeah,
want to
it's
take like
very
a
obscure,
step
so you'd have to take a
forward.
couple steps. You keep walking. You think that you
That's
see.
as far as I'm going.
You see, it looks like a large bush or something that's just it's. And for a second, you keep staring at it. It looks very similar to all like the ferns that you've been seeing throughout the day. But then, just out of the just staring at it for a second, and before you're about to telegraph it, you see it just kind of move. But it's just all black. It's just a silhouette of like what you're seeing. But it looks like something very large.
Like it's gone now? Like
No, it's
It's right
what
there.
you were kind of focusing in on and trying to figure out what you were seeing. It looks just like bush and ferns and
Yeah.
whatnot from what you've seen in the day, but then it moves, and now you can see it kind of walking a bit. And you can tell from just about where you are that it has to be something that's on 4 feet.
Okay, so it's not humanoid.
It's not a
No.
Sasquatch.
But
Okay.
it's big.
Okay.
Well, anything's big. compared to you.
Maybe we should all get inside.
I'm
for
gonna.
that.
It might be a bear. It might be a bear. It might be a bear.
Say it louder.
Whisper. It might be a bear. It might be a bear. It might be a bear.
Stage whisper. Just
Maybe we should
How
all
do I
get
stage
inside
whisper
for now.
Stage whisper. You just.
It's just like this. It sounds like I'm whispering, but it's really loud.
Okay, it might be a bear.
You're still whistling.
I'm gonna back up.
You'll
to the
get
graph
it.
Yeah.
and take my crossbow out.
Okay. So as you wait, as you
I'm
guys just
scared.
wait, you can hear the sounds of the twigs and just the foliage underneath.
Is there any like grunts or anything?
Yeah, you hear the occasional kind of
a bear.
growl.
It's gonna be
I don't know if you've ever. Well, yeah, you guys have all come face to face with a bear, but it was diseased.
Yeah.
And those kind of let loose like a.
Posse.
This is more of a steady kind of growl, and you can hear it kind of like sniffing, like,
Oh
and
no.
lets loose something like that. And then, that's about where you are. You're on the steps right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I retreated.
What you're watching there is starting to come closer, and at first you're thinking it looks like a canine or kind of a dog or a wolf style thing,
Oh no.
but
see.
Do I know what it
as
is?
it's give another
Get
check.
heebie-jeebies.
It's still a silhouette though, like you can't really make it out what it is.
I'm-
It is now. It is in the trail now, so there's not enough things obstructing your vision.
Okay, it's a 12 perception.
A 12. You think it's a wolf, but it's a big wolf, and it's like back. Its ears are hard to kind of make out, but you can tell that it's hide and it's matted fur that kind of stretches up, and it looks like it has a huge hunchback and then goes down.
Raquel, you might want to stand up. You're still laying down.
Can I do?
I go wake up
What I know?
Kane.
This is Kane's alley.
I just kind of pick his arm up and drop it.
Been in
And
this
then do it
city
again.
for a majority of your life, have you not?
Yeah.
Then slaps
No.
him.
And over
I
his
would
face.
not.
What? There's a bear wolf man thing.
How close are you to me?
Comes not
Oh,
there.
I
Oh,
pretty much
it's
touched
all
it.
good.
Well, you touched me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you smell
Roll
like
roll a nature
liquor.
check for me, please.
Myself?
Yep.
I get up and what's going on?
I'm trying to relive
13.
that Alzner's piss.
13.
Azer-
You've,
Azer's piss, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I lost part of my memory when I drank it.
No, that's the past.
Still
one.
unsure.
Oh.
You're thinking it's either a big wolf or a dire wolf
This bottle was nothing.
Okay.
or something else.
Guys, it's either a wolf or a dire wolf. It's just a large wolf.
Can you describe it to me? Features. I'm well.
Large wolf, probably black because everything else.
No,
is
no,
black.
no. But I mean, like features. How is it hunched? How is its back? Its fur.
It's matted and it's got a large hump in the front.
Can you see its rear legs?
Negative.
Does it have rear legs?
Yes.
How is its front? Like its front legs.
Zook, as you're keeping an eye on it and watching it as you're describing what's
Describing
going
my
on.
pin, by the way. I
Oh,
wanna
you
talk
guys
about
are all like, as
Yeah,
you're talking,
we're
you're
so
right.
not
I don't care. I don't care.
Right behind
Still,
you.
I'm just in my pin.
You don't need
Alright.
to do. Oh, yes. All right.
Quieter, I guess.
It is starting to make its way down the trail, and you can just see
Towards
it.
us?
It's like sniffing. You can see its large nostrils.
Has it set off my alarm yet?
No, it's coming down the trail, but it hasn't got to your alarm spell yet.
Maybe we should get
Yeah.
inside.
I don't think
Um,
you're being descriptive enough for me to tell anything.
Okay.
So that's fine.
After he asks me for specific details, I want to take like a better look at it and see if I can
Yeah.
potentially like.
Oh, that's
That's a 15. What are you looking for?
just details.
What are you looking for?
Okay. As it's getting closer to you now, it hasn't hit there. It's pretty much just at the peak of the hill.
Yeah.
Just describe it.
Your vision is coming through. I guess this is what he'll start describing to you. Mostly with wolves and dogs in the canine family, or they usually have fur all the way down to their snout. This, you can actually see that it has like a flesh face. There is just skin to it, and then you can just see these eyes that kind of glow in your vision.
Okay.
A large maw to it, just jagged razor teeth. Some hair here. It's mostly like this. Well, to you, it's just a grayish kind of a
Yeah.
look to it. Has ears a little bit further back on its head, and then you can see that it's like mane, or not mane, but its hide. It goes up, like I said, into sort of almost a
like a
hunchback, and then goes down to smaller hind legs behind it.
Okay. And it's from paws. They're just like paws.
A large animal
large.
paws that's going through.
It's large.
Okay.
Everything you said, I repeat.
Okay. Would I know what that is?
Roll a history survival or nature check.
Okay. It's a 12
12.
with survival.
Actually, yes, because of your upbringing and background, you'd know these things to be a warg. Usually,
Rideable animal.
yeah, it'd be a mount for people around. Sorry, people.
Of the chaotic
of gnome stature, wouldn't really ride these, but more goblinoids and hobgoblins.
I was gonna say, I thought I
Like
did.
thing,
I was
but
like,
they are known to be. They have to find them somewhere, right? So they do
Right.
walk,
Yeah.
Right.
wander into the wilderness, and usually they wander in packs.
Right.
Oh.
Does it have good sight or smell or?
Oh, yeah.
sense?
Probably has everything good.
Which? Sorry. All of it.
donkey.
You know they have a keen, yeah, you know that they have superb hearing and smell.
From where it's distance to where we are, would I know that knows we're here?
No idea. You'd have to go closer and check or ask it.
Ask the Lord. Yo, what's up?
Do you know we're here?
Wait. Chill.
Yeah, my suggestion is come back in the house. If it's gonna come out of this, we can easily
Yeah, at least we'll have
overtake
cover.
it. Exactly. And more than likely, this warg. Sorry, I tell everyone it's a warg first.
Well,
they
we
travel-
hear your conversation. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but you're conversating with
You
me
guys are
about what
talking.
we're
He's
No,
the
that's
one
okay.
saying
And you guys
Sorry.
are all like right beside each
Yeah.
other.
I just hadn't said it was a warg yet.
Oh,
He
I
explained
see,
it to me, and
okay.
I was processing.
Alright.
That's what Kelvin was telling me. Anyways,
Yeah.
it more than likely has more than one friend around. So, my suggestion
I have
would be
no
come back
idea
in the
what that
house.
is, but yeah, let's get in the house. We need to have some cover.
large wolf. Like,
Yeah,
That's all I need to know.
In between, it's
Let's
in
get
between
in
a
the
bear
house.
and a wolf. kind of.
looks scary.
Something we don't
very
need to
large.
deal with.
Yeah, let's get back in the house.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay, so we're all going to the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this a
But-
window right here? These
Yeah,
windows?
Yeah, those are windows. They're all broken
window,
open though. There's
door.
no like glass to it. or
Yeah,
anything.
this is a door here. And then this is a dark room with a trap in it that we're going to avoid.
We're all inside.
Yeah.
Zuck, could you maybe stay close to that
It's
window?
gonna get
Keep
there.
an eye.
Just a second. Okay. I'd like you all to roll stealth checks.
Perfect.
As you guys are getting hidden and trying to hide away from this, rain begins to fall.
Sideways 9. I gotta roll the 9. Also roll the 9. Man, my rolls are terrible.
Natural 20.
Actually,
Yeah.
9.
That's a 24.
I got a 9.
24.
9.
9.
With a natural 20.
9.
Oh, no. You're like trying to hush the group as they're all like,
Yeah.
and scary like that, and they're making noises. The floor creaks. Your alarm spell triggers as
Guys, it's
this
in-
big thing walks through. So he's about there, and you can see him kind of just sniffing, like.
It's in the clearing now.
Whisper.
It's in the clearing.
And it kind of just like releases its like
Yeah, it is.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Snarl.
A snarl or like a gut kind of call or something like that, and it's just like oof, oof. And then you can hear another oof, oof come from the other side.
The other side. Whoa, the other side here.
No,
or
no,
here?
over here.
Okay, okay, just make sure.
And then in the far distance, you hear another one,
They're communicating.
and then another one.
Oh fuck.
But by standing there and peering out the windows and all trying to be quiet, like as you like push something, like one of the ledges of the window just kind of falls and like tick, hits the ground a bit.
Oh no.
You step back and creaks in the floor, and you can see it's like heading out, like turn and like just zone in on exactly what it's like the house.
Perfect. Let's fuck it up.
It just starts taking another step and sees the torch and just kind of and then it turns off and goes off this way.
Goes out this way.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. And you can kind of see as it gets close to the torch, it's like investigates it a bit and then just and then it clumps back, and then you can hear further off to in Ben's
Fire
direction. You can
Probably
hear more of like a
fire to
oh,
It's raining.
Oh,
and then it just kind of
did
quiets.
torches go out? It's raining.
It's starting to. The
Oh,
torches are starting
okay.
to dwindle, but you can see as it walks closer, whatever it be, it might have turned it off, but it seems to be walking back in the direction of the other calls.
It's a little off-putting to me.
I'm now looking through this window.
You can see it kind of trotting back, and like ever so gently, because of its large back, it turns. You can see the whole head and the whole front portion of the
It look
body
back?
turn. Look back at you guys, and then it looks back, and you can see it like take a nip at its other buddy that's standing there, and they both nip at each other a bit, and then they both turn around and start going back out this way, and then they goes out of your vision.
Okay. So there's multiple. And
Yeah.
They know we're here.
Well, you heard the 4 grunts, did you not?
I seen multiple though.
Oh, fair enough.
You've
Sorry.
seen 2. You guys have all heard
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
different-
Yeah.
4 different distinct calls.
I'm pretty sure they know we're here.
I would just suggest
Just stay inside.
Yeah. Yes.
We hunker down. Perhaps set some traps.
No.
I think we're pretty fortified here. Just cover. How far from the window down to the ground? Curious. Is this up kind of?
Oh
on
yeah, it's a
stilts?
window that's about halfway. Like he has to like poke up over it a bit.
Right, but if you're on the outside looking
it's like-
in,
If you're it's
Three
way
and a
off
half.
the ground. Like it's probably about 5 to 6 feet off the
Okay,
ground because
so-
of this is built like
So
right
you-
on the.
you'd have to
Like-
to look inside from the outside.
If he was on the outside
yeah,
to look in, yeah,
but you could reach kind of.
yeah, but
Okay.
because he's on the
Yeah.
inside, it's like just right there, and he's
It's like 3 feet high.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Focus that over.
No, that's fine. My suggestion would just be to hunker down
Mm-hmm.
inside.
All right.
I'll take first watch.
Second watch now.
And that was
Yeah, it's-
just only one watch so far.
Yeah, sweet deal.
Okay. On that note, after the wargs have walked by or seem to have disbanded, we're going to take a quick break. Go refill your drinks, take a whiz, do what you got to do. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, we'll be back.
See you in a bit.
Welcome back, patrons and adventurers and visitors. Hope your beverage is still topped up. We are back from break. I am using Sirenscape for our sounds for this lovely campaign that we are running. Hope you're all enjoying it. So yes, I guess we'll just jump back into this as the group has hunkered down into the remnants of an old cabin or some kind of shack. Some large beasts have wandered into the territory, and you guys have all retreated back in. The rain now is a little bit heavier, so it is obscuring vision further out. Your torches are very dwindling quickly. What would you like
These
to do?
ones?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're all good.
And you haven't all rested. None of you have got
Yeah.
a little bit of sleep. You all got woken up pretty quick.
Yeah.
So not much time has transpired. Since we've hunkered
Probably
down.
just as you guys hunkering down, checking everything out, I'd probably say about a half hour to an hour.
Perfect. I
Really?
Graf,
Just
do you
as
wanna continue
suspenseful.
your
It
watch?
feels like for like a minute has gone by, but
Yeah.
it's just been super suspenseful.
I can finish out the rest of my watch. I'll probably stay pretty close to the door.
Perfect. Yeah, well, I hunker back down and is there fucking rain coming through the roof?
Yes, there is. There is water dripping down through what patchwork is left of the roof.
I would like to.
Why don't you set your tent up inside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could do that.
Alright.
There is now a tent taking up a partial area.
All right, I'm gonna go continue watching. You guys keep resting. I'm gonna just be right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go back to sleep.
With the rain falling, obscuring your vision, your torches have now
Yeah,
extinguished.
It's black.
With the sound of the rain falling, it's hard to even hear any of the evidence in the woods. You take your watch. You don't see. Whoa! Why is that streaming now? Sorry.
Commercial.
Commercial break. That was supposed to play 5
That
minutes
money? No.
ago. As you watch, it doesn't seem. Occasionally, you might make out just a. But it seems to be going off into the distance. Your watch has coming to an end. Still late at night. You've felt like you've done your time. You can switch over now if you want.
I'll come back inside and wake Zuck up. Zuck,
Yeah.
might take it a turn.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not going outside though. I'm definitely just.
Okay.
The window.
Yeah, I'm taking
To the window.
To the wall.
Oh, is there a canopy over the stairs? If I stand on the stairs, will I get?
The canopy has been deteriorated over time, so
Yeah,
there's
rough.
rain.
Yeah, cool.
So,
I'm gonna
Graf,
stay
you'd be a little bit, not a little bit, you'd be pretty
That'd be
soaked,
pretty wet,
damp, yeah.
Nothing.
Cool.
Nothing.
I'm
used
gonna
to.
stay inside.
All right.
Lived on the street for.
And
Roll a d20 for me. No modifiers, nothing, just a roll a
back
d20.
inside.
8.
8. The rain does get harder at times. You can also start hearing lightning in the air. Thunder. You hear that. You see a couple flashes light up the skyline, but nothing.
and just casually play with little Tim.
Tim's a little
Yeah.
scared and
He's
shaking.
yeah, that's about it.
Cover the
Really
rain so we don't get all
Yeah,
the-
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
As your watch is coming closer to an end, the wind is picking up. You can see parts of the cabin just fly off into the wind a bit.
Shit. How would I be able to check somehow realize if there's a storm or brewing kind of thing with the weather? Can I do a perception check on the weather?
Survival check.
Okay, cool.
Ooh,
18.
not too shabby.
With the wind blowing and the lightning, thunder crashing above you and lightning lighting up the sky, you have a feeling that there's a pretty hefty storm going on. You're not too sure if you're in the end. 18. You know you're getting into it. It's just ramping up.
Cool. I want to. I'm gonna come outside. That's not a door.
There's a door behind him.
Yeah, I want to go outside here and
Yeah.
kind of peer at the lake and just kind of see what I see.
As you can see, there is just ripples splashing, creating a little white. Or no, I guess you wouldn't see it, but yeah, you can see just ripples in the water. It is just waves starting to come crashing up a bit.
You're there now.
You can see your canoes kind
There's
of
no,
rocking a bit.
tornado forming.
No tornado. Just
Okay,
it's a
cool.
heavy rain with a lot thunderstorms.
Okay,
It's
cool.
the height of the storm
Yeah.
coming.
And just make sure I do a little quick survey, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
go back inside.
All right, your watch is coming to the end. Who would you like to wake up next?
I'm gonna wake up Kane.
Kane,
Michael Caine.
Michael. Damn.
you're
Yes.
up.
We. I stand by
like-
the.
Master
Oh,
Wang.
sorry.
What would you like to do for your walk?
I'm just gonna kind of stand inside the door, not going outside and getting.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me, please.
Nice.
12.
12. With the rain pelting down, you can see some of the branches taking the weight of the rain, bending as the trees all kind of blow together, but no immediate danger.
Perfect.
Except that the roof's leaking a lot worse than it was. So it's starting to fill up. There is water now kind of on the floor.
4. Wait, how many hours is the ship?
For you guys, it'd be
Two,
4
two,
hours
two?
each. Or no,
8.
sorry, 2 hours each, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So
Mhm.
2,
Plus
2.
So you end
So
up,
it's the sixth
you might
hour.
have a break in your sleep, but
Yeah.
you end up getting
That's
all
fine.
your rest.
Mhm.
Raquel,
Yeah. You're
I'm
two.
assuming you're
Yeah, I
up, so
would
nothing.
Mhm.
Just roll a d20 for me, and let's see where we're at.
4.
4. The rain still heavy falling, lightning crashing through the air, making the interior look very creepy every time there is
I
a
make sure I
flash
go
of
back
light
to my tent.
going on. Everyone seems to be pretty damp sleeping,
Except for me.
except for the tent that is just very wet on top. But nothing really,
Yeah, but
nothing catches your eye or any immediate danger.
Okay.
So, with that, the storm is the majority of it has passed. It is still raining. Still raining pretty hard out, but it is morning.
Oh no.
You guys are up. It is a new day.
When I get up, I'm immediately going to go to the back and see if the canoes are still there.
The canoes are still there. Since you didn't really specify where they were, I just assumed they're on that dock or
yeah.
pulled up to the beach.
Mhm.
There is the one that's attached to the dock is a little bit below. There seems to be a lot of water that is filled up into the.
Of course. Well, I'm going to go over and just start.
Another thing you notice in the morning as all you guys wake up, there is a fine mist that is on the ground just from the heat in the air and the ground cooling off with all the rain. It is still raining, so there's just seems to be a little bit of a mist gathering onto
Like
the
a
ground.
fog?
Yeah, fog. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Like like a like.
It's not thick yet
Okay.
because it's still raining,
Okay.
but there's a light fog on the ground.
Yeah, no.
Probably about waist level for you, about knee high for the rest of you guys.
Nice. I want to do some.
I'd like to go retrieve my bear trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Raquel, you want to come help me dump this canoe out?
Sure.
I'm gonna do some training with Little Tim.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to train him to be able to acknowledge. No, be able to like warn me if there's like a presence nearby, kind of thing. Like I don't know how.
I don't know. How would you train him to do that?
I don't know. Like hide out the door and just boo. I don't know.
Here, you take that in. I'll
Sounds
take
like-
this end. We'll just flip
Sounds
it
like
over.
I'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm just gonna do more training with something tied to him.
Okay. Animal handling check for me.
See how he likes this. 13.
13. Not as well as your first attempt when you were training him.
Okay.
But he's. It looks like he's
Starting to
getting.
grasp
Yeah,
it,
he's starting to
kind of.
grasp what you're trying to teach him. He's just a little uncomfortable with the little
little
package
harness I got.
that's
Okay.
harnessed to him.
Cool. I have to draw.
All right.
Grabbing my bear trap.
Yeah.
We're flipping the canoe over.
Put it on my
Okay.
backpack.
Got it all drained out.
Awesome.
It's raining.
We should. Veronica told us the first time we're not supposed to leave these upright. We gotta flip them over. So let's drag them
Yeah.
up a little bit and we'll flip them over.
Good recall.
All right, let's
Where should we go now?
hit the water. Continue on, and I point the direction that we would be traveling to get to
Okay.
where we need to go.
Okay.
Start canoeing.
All right.
No.
Okay.
I had a game plan, but I was like, I don't know if I want to sacrifice that.
As you guys are getting into the canoes, roll a perception check for me.
Oui, oui.
please.
12.
6.
I forget my perception. 15.
Being an alarm.
19.
Kane, Raquel.
6.
Sorry, what you get again, Graf?
15.
12.
12. All right, Kane and Graf. You, as you guys are getting into the canoe, even with the rain, there does look to be like tracks surrounding the cabin of where you guys were staying for the night. And even looking up into the hills now that you can see the rain's not as heavy, but you get the sense that there's still something moving up in the hills, and you can see another one off to the side here.
What kind of track?
The
Lizard?
track, big heavy
Warg
paw
guys.
prints of the wargs that have been surrounding
they were
your area
Totally
all night.
circling around.
So they circled the shit out of our cabin.
Looks like it.
Looks
And
like
it
it.
looks like as you guys are getting in the canoe, just with the sunlight a little bit in through the fog, you can see just the just the silhouette of it pass
See you
by
later,
through the fog.
Yeah,
suckers.
let's not hang around here too long.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
um,
start paddling.
All right.
I would make a tasty treat for them.
You'd be a plaything.
Yes.
An hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a breeze blowing against you guys today, so it is going to slow down your travel, but it is still raining, so you are, and it is early morning, so there is the mist. Did any of you guys eat anything in the morning, or did you guys just all bail out and eat as you go?
Negative. I didn't
we
eat,
didn't
but I like to
say-
think I could eat a sandwich.
Yeah,
while
you'd
I'm
eat one of your
in the canoe.
sandwiches. Okay,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
just making
Well,
sure
I'm
that you took
liking it.
the time to eat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of the provisions, your bags and everything are soaked.
Scratch out a
So
ration, boys.
except for
Yeah, that's
Kane,
right.
some of his stuff is in there. So just scratch out your ration for the day, and
Try
that is going to cover you for this full day. As you guys get to eat.
You should have
Is
Should
my
have 14
my pipe weed, is
you
it
got
all
10
wet?
from the quiver.
It depends where you're
and
packing
ate
it.
one.
Yeah, I just feel like
Prison pocket.
I just
kidding.
wanted to eat a sandwich.
Oh, well,
Does it
Rash.
count?
I would have
full
had
day.
like
One day.
I'll
Yeah,
let the
just
couch
every
like
morning
it.
you just scratch off the ration pretty much, and then you're fed for the whole day.
nope, I refuse to eat.
Or you
Watch
can
my
scratch it
figure.
off at the end of the day. I just say do it at the beginning, so then you don't
Yeah.
have to worry.
We got her.
It's pretty much like you're pulling it out of its package, and you're gonna be able to eat these.
Are you now? What is that?
You're a drunken monk that's a vegan.
Yes.
Nice.
Sandwich.
No eyebrows.
getting
No, I got
tipsy.
very thin eyebrows.
They starting to grow
Okay.
back.
Where are we headed
Oh,
towards?
I thought
So-
they were, like, gone.
Where do you want to go? You're in the middle
Heading
of
towards where the Rangers make camp.
it. Okay. So that'll still be by canoe. You might be able to make the time with the wind kind of blowing against you. It makes it a little bit difficult, but you think you could probably make it there. Probably within about a day or so, day and a half, because it was 3 days out by foot. So
Sure.
day and a half, traveling across the canoes. Everyone, just roll me a survival check for me.
Where'd my dice go?
8.
You got
Might
it?
be under your book.
Oh, it's underneath the.
It's underneath my book. Survival? 22.
6.
Natural 1.
8.
8. Ouch.
Wait, the one isn't out?
No. The fact that out of 4 of you, only one of you passed what my check was.
Okay.
Distracted by it, we're all wet and everything.
Yeah, it's wet. It's just
Miserable.
making things
The wind too,
very
yeah.
miserable, and plus you were camping all night. So, or sorry,
I'm dry.
you're pretty dry, yeah.
Cool.
Fudge. Why did I do that early? Okay.
My teeth.
You're fine in your guys' canoe. On yours, Graf and Zook, your boat seems to be taking on water as you're going.
Oh, really?
Just by getting into the canoe and stuff and hastily making your retreat. It's at this point you kind of look, and it looks like the canoe itself's been gnawed on and clawed at a bit.
Of course.
So yes, what would you guys like to do?
The works have sabotaged our boat.
Perhaps.
Oh, just
we
yeah,
patch
you,
it?
Just theirs?
yeah.
Suckers.
Do you have anything to patch it?
Possibly.
Is there like a hole, or is it just kind of
it looks
broken?
like it looks like it's part of the skin of the canoe has been kind of dented in a bit, and then there's like a little bit of water coming in through a crack.
Can I investigate it to kind of see exactly what we're dealing with, like how
Yeah,
bad the
roll
crack
an
is?
investigation check.
20.
20. It looks like it was not on, but this right here, the actual break in it, it looks like it was something sharp that went in and actually cut into the canoe.
Interesting. Like
It looks. I'm gonna say it, but it looks surgical almost, like it's
Like a bladed
done,
weapon?
yeah, done by a
Yeah.
bladed weapon.
we got a
Okay.
we got a problem here, guys.
Yo, what's up?
There's a hole in our canoe, and it looks like it was done by something with a blade.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think wogs use blades?
Yes, I do.
Is it on the side of the canoe?
Yeah.
So it's not on the bottom.
No, it's not on the bottom. It's just on the side. It looks
yeah.
like something's punctured it and went down.
Wargs are known to.
Be smart.
No, well, they're intelligent, but they are also like usually team up with goblin folk or orcs or goblins or.
Well, something definitely with a weapon of some kind has put a hole in this canoe.
Well, that would.
How fast is the water coming in? Like it's
Not that
Not
fast.
fast,
It's just
fast?
it's
That
because
would-
you guys have already been out, like say
Yeah.
for an hour or so, but you're just now being like, what the fuck? Like it's just enough that as the water splashes against it, a little bit flows in at a time. So that's why it took you a little bit to notice it.
Easy. I mean, if you guys have anything to fix it.
Well, I was gonna take a piece of leather and just kind of like push it up against it and just try and keep. If it's near me, like is it like near? one side of the
I'd
boat or in
picture
the middle?
you be driving the canoe since
Yeah.
he's the little guy
Yeah.
in the front. That could work.
Close
you
enough,
just
just to
your
kind
foot
of
up. Yeah.
hold it against it, just like with my
Yeah,
foot or
and once
something
if you
like
get
that.
to shore, it'd probably be a lot easier to fix it.
Yeah, just a temporary patch for now, just so we can keep moving.
Coming as you guys are doing this and working, you guys in the front with the map, you're a little thrown off at this moment, is because the lake actually branches off into two almost different rivers, kind of like, and there's a large landmass in the middle.
It's not represented on the map, then?
Nope.
That's what. Do I feel lost?
No, you still have your bearing. You still kind of know where you're at. And being in the lake in the far, far off northeastern section, you can see the tips of a mountain range.
Okay. On the map, visually, what does it show compared?
It just shows the water where you are.
Straight.
It doesn't show that there's
There's no like slight
Left.
bend, left,
Nope.
right, nothing.
Just looks like it's a straight lake.
This isn't close to the part of the map where it's not finished, is it? Because you said it's
No,
part-
yeah, it's
portion?
partially finished. The way I said it is that is like it looks like there's not a lot of labels on it, and there's some places
sorry,
that
but
are.
the actual lay of the
Yeah,
lake
and the lay of the
itself
land
is
and
complete.
the outrange of the forest is there. The lake itself, there is parts where it's just kind of like a blue ink that's on it to symbolize the water.
Visually looking at each fork,
Mm-hmm.
anything to note? Fast moving water?
No, just with the rain still falling down.
Oh, I'm not.
There's
dry
just
then.
left and right to it. They do both. The one on the right kind of looks like it goes up to a more open body of water, whereas the left looks like it goes around and then you lose track of it of a bend
Okay.
that goes around this landmass in the middle. So,
That's where we going, Kane.
The body, the landmass that we were on last night
Mhm.
has been solid the whole time, right?
yeah,
And it's been on
both
our
sides,
right,
yeah,
right?
it's been on your right.
and
Yeah.
then there's
Okay.
a spot.
My suggestion.
So it's just like you're literally coming to. It's either the forest itself kind of breaks around, comes part of the land, but there is this section that goes off to the left, or it could be an island. Who
My
knows?
suggestion to the party is, judging by the fact that we got sabotaged a little bit on the boat and the wargs have circled the cabin and stuff, my thoughts are we're probably being followed. So if we veer off to the left, it'll at least part us from where they could potentially ambush us again. Because I'm assuming they're following on somewhat of the shoreline in the shadows.
Which are we heading north? Is this the direction?
Yeah,
we're
you're
Yeah.
northern.
left would
Does the
make
left-
more sense
Because
because
the left
we
brings
are
to the
going.
Rangers camp.
The Rangers camps is to the east, northeast.
Right, then the right fork would
Right.
make more sense.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, the right- oh, yeah,
The
right,
right
yeah,
would be
right.
the right's your east, the left's your west.
Yeah.
But the one on the left seems like it's just straight, right? Or is it veering
The
off left?
one on the right leads to. It
Yeah,
looks like
an
a
open-
larger the body of
That's
water. The one on the left kind of veers around this landmass, and you can still see shoreline that is kind of rocky. It does kind of go on an incline a bit, but then it's just around and you lose track of where it goes.
Okay. My gut's saying left.
Left.
Does it keeps veering off left?
We
Yeah,
can't, it cuts off.
it goes to
You can't
left,
see it.
not veers, keeps going left, but
Yeah.
it goes left, and it looks like it goes around.
Yeah.
Because you can see the shoreline on the left-hand side going around,
Right.
or on the west side.
Yeah.
And then it just, you lose track of it. Whereas on the right, it looks like it goes
I mean,
to a
worst
more
case
open.
scenario, we paddle up and look around that curve and then paddle back and go to the right.
Fair enough. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys continue going down left, once again, like the large trees that have been here for centuries, the left as it veers around, as you make it around the landmass here, it then veers again to the left, and it seems like it is now a
Channel going west.
channel going away west.
And there's nothing on the map that represents this.
No, it looks like it's just supposed to be open.
Just curious, how, like, is there any other noted or notation on the map that any significant landmarks that are...
The one on the west side is, it looks like it's going towards that tower place.
Okay.
Like that's the closest that you can see of
right,
where you're
which
at.
is still
Yeah.
far.
Mhm.
Okay. Perhaps we should go back to and go to the right, because I mean they are the ranges and our hunters are in the
To the
northeast.
east.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this looks like it's leading towards. I can't say for sure, but it looks like it's leading towards the one tower on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding my pin now to see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think we should turn around and I would just like to make a quick perception check, just to see if I see anything
Sure.
that would sway my decision.
Yep.
Not one, nothing, 0.
You see as you guys going around the bend there where you're kind of stopping, it is still you're looking at about 40 feet on each side of this little canal.
Canal, so it's not very wide.
Yeah, it's narrowing down as you're going through.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it still bends around out of the sight, so
Right.
you have to go around to another thing. You do see a large carcass hanging in the tree of an animal skinned, hanging on the shore right close to the shore.
Skin?
On the right side?
On the left hand side.
Okay. Good thing we're going right.
What does this mean to?
Looks like a
King?
large four-legged creature. A lot of weight to it. It's hung hanging up from a tree.
Sorry, is it like they're drying it? It's bleeding out, like it's freshly killed.
Skin's been ripped off of it. From where you can look at it, it just looks all pink and gooey, and it's just hanging from a branch that's on a tree. And it's not really a shore; it's more of like a rock face, but it's only about 5 feet up out of the water.
How far from us, sir?
How far from you? Probably about 60 feet. Yeah, the rain's kind of letting up a bit, so
Oh, right.
Well, that's pretty.
Does everyone else see it too?
you know you're the only one who saw it
yeah,
because you're the
I
only one
thought
looking
it-
around.
Yeah,
This
sorry.
kind of suspicious might be something that we, or actually our quest. There's a point kind of. I don't know how far away I'm from those guys, but I point like in the distance where the carcass is hanging, and I say, we should probably check it out, because if there's only just the skin is removed and there's no, looks like the meat's intact. Potentially this is something, maybe a lead.
Perhaps the hunters are here.
Well, that could be as well. They should be friendly towards us, but if
I
not,
want to distinguish if it's like a warg.
If the skin was removed, that's usually something.
Yeah,
Something
hunter.
the tools would have
Yeah.
to do. It's not
right. But I'm assuming if
Ten.
the heart's missing, and that's a
10,
surgical remove,
yeah.
Same
right?
size.
We don't really
It's
know.
very similar in size. It is large from this angle. From where you're at,
Yeah, yeah.
you'd have to get in closer.
I mean,
to
we're
see
here.
it,
It's worth a
'cause it
quick
is elevated.
investigation.
Yeah.
right?
Perhaps we get in a bit closer and
Yeah.
distinguish.
As we get
Maybe
close,
there's people nearby or.
well, that's right. So as we,
Mhm.
I'd like to keep a watchful eye as we slowly paddle, trying to be
Okay.
quiet
So as
towards
you're-
this carcass.
I want to
Alright.
stay farther back out.
All right, so your canoe's staying further
Yeah.
back.
Some bitch.
The rain has stopped, giving a chance for the mist in the area. Well, the fog itself is getting a little bit heavier.
I'm just watching
obscured.
the shoreline as we near. Into
As
the
you're
bush.
getting closer, you're realizing that it is on a rock face where you're going. There's not really a place to pull in the canoe. about 5 feet out of the water.
Oh, okay.
So it's not super high, but then once you're getting close, you're starting to lose glimpse of it because it is on the rock face inwards, a little bit inland. But you're now right up against the rock face.
I can't see much. There's a bit of a rock face.
Looking
Can I
down
see
in
from
the
where you
water. What do you want to do there, Raquel? So looking, what are you doing?
That's cocked.
That's
It's
cocked,
cocked. But
what
tell
are
me what you do
rolling
before
for?
you roll,
Yeah.
please, and thank you.
Well, I'll just take a look around, see if I can.
Perception or investigation?
Just,
Investigation.
Yeah, investigation.
All right, investigation.
12.
12. Getting up this close to it now, and that the fog hasn't fully obscured vertically yet. You can see on the branch above this skinned creature, being this close now to it, it is a little bit bigger than a warg. It's hanging by its hind legs, its head facing downwards. But looking above, you can see where it's hanging, there is like a cauldron of sorts, like a small cauldron sitting on top of the branches, just kind of where it's tied. But you can't see what's below it because it's elevated from where you are right now. But other than that, and you can see on the rock face that you being the athletic and acrobatic monk that you are, you could probably scale this wall if you needed to. It's not that far, but it's to get up and get onto shore. As you guys are kind of in this bend, you can and looking ahead, you can see that the rock face kind of dips back down again, and there is a place to kind of pull up if you'd like, probably about 40 to 50 feet further down.
Should we pull up or should I climb up and see what I can see from up above?
Your call.
I'll go take a peek. I'll attempt
You have.
to.
I toss him my rope.
Okay, he doesn't.
nope,
It's
yeah,
only
yeah.
5 feet. You just got to
yeah.
sturdy
I
the
don't
canoe.
have a rope.
Yeah.
Just do do you want to flip yourself up there, climb up there, or
No, I'm just gonna kind of, just try and jump up just from the canoe. Just,
Just
bounce
jump
on
up?
bounce on the edge and then just like leap up and grab
leap
it.
up?
and-
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Just do an athletics check for me, please.
I'm gonna flip the canoe.
Athletics. It'll just be a 10.
Just a 10.
Yeah.
The canoe rocks a bit, and then Raquel jumps, hangs on a little bit, slides a bit, and then you can pull your waist up. And you get up. It is very rocky in this area. There are roots that are kind of protruding out of some of the stone, some branches and some pine needles. But you get yourself up, and then about 15 feet in front of you is this hanging carcass. There is a rot smell in the air. It's not as pinkish as you thought from being out that far. Getting closer, it's more of turned to a grayish thing, but it's still within a couple of days that it's been sitting here. But you can hear ravens sitting up in the trees and all looking down on this thing. So it's about 15 feet in front of you, hanging
What do
there.
you see?
The mist is
Just a
now kind of covering
rotting
the ground.
carcass. Nothing else I see nearby. And then I kind of look down under the ledge to Kane and I say, "It smells like when we first met Zuck."
I just gotta giggle to myself.
Should ask him to get a sample.
I pipe in. Is there any noticeable? Is there any more wound holes, or is there anything other than the hide missing that you can notice?
Not
You'd have
closer. Do I see anything?
You'd have to get right up beside it to give it a good one over if you want.
I'll cautiously approach it.
Alright,
very
cool.
quietly.
Awesome. So as you take a few steps and get going, getting closer to it to investigate it a little bit more, I'd like you to just roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
I'd like to just
Yes, you
be slowly kind of by myself now,
Oh,
rowing
Uh-oh.
into where I can get up. Onto
6.
cover.
6.
Yeah.
The ground crumbles before you as you fall into some type of shaft, falling down. I'd like you to take
Jesus.
5 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh my God.
as you fall. The ground below you
going
just, and you've fallen into some type of shaft. At the same time, you hear kind of a as the carcass is now coming down on top of you, and the cauldron atop of it has now folded over, and you're just covered in this black, thick, gooey shit. The walls itself are very smooth right down. It doesn't look like there's a way out, and you're about 15 feet down.
I couldn't leap off one wall off the other and kick my way up.
You can try. You are down there, and it just inhaling. Like there's just these, just burns the nostrils and the back of your throat, and it just
Jesus.
It's everywhere. Oh God.
We're just
man.
It's all black in here, and you can just see this like mist now, just kind of covering the top of the hole through.
We're just immediately starting to canoeing to that one spot where we can get up. So
Yeah,
you okay?
wherever the shoreline comes down.
Might not be the best time, but can you cut me off a piece of that that carcass?
Zuck, hold it.
Okay, I'll get it myself.
So you're gonna go up at the shore a little bit and
Yeah.
come walking up.
And then
yeah, where we can
pull the canoe.
canoes up.
How big's the canoe? Like, can I pull it up by myself?
Oh yeah, by yourself.
Yeah, and I'll
it's
flip
like
it. I'll flip it
normal
upside
canoe.
down.
Yeah, it's like a normal canoe.
Flip it
Just
upside down.
birch skin to it.
And I'll hightail it kind of.
Okay,
with a
so
little
as you
bit of
start
haste, yeah.
running through, breaking branches, stepping on ferns, going through, and you're running up to where he fell through. Excellent. I'd like you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Perfect. That's 17.
17, all right. You catch your foot on what seems to be some type of snare, but you get your foot out of it, and you can kind of look at it that it's, even though your foot kind of nicked it, it didn't trap you, but you get walking up, and it's just hard to find out where this hole was because of all the mist that is blocking your way.
Like, is it a natural mist?
Oh yeah, it's fog. It's because of all the rain.
Oh,
It's
it's
been hot
natural
out.
mist.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
a natural fog that's not
I would
covered.
tread lightly. There's traps in the area.
Is there anything that fell down with me? Because I just kind of fell in a hole. Is there
A carcass,
rubble and
rope,
stuff?
and you're in some type of liquid that is like out
There's nothing
about
I could grab
shin
to
height.
throw though.
Throw up. The cauldron's kind of fallen in with you.
Oh, the cauldron did fall in?
Yeah, cauldron fell in
How
with you.
big is
use
this
that as an
cauldron?
indication.
Like,
It's like a pot of some sort, but it is made of cast iron. Like it's heavy.
I want to grab it and just start smashing it on the wall.
All right, so you'd hear a tung, 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 kind of bringing through. Roll an investigation check with advantage since he's making noise.
I want to.
With advantage.
Yeah, there we
There
go.
you go.
17.
17. As you kind of look around and hearing the sound get heavier and heavier, you do your feet first hit something like almost like a barrier to this hole that has now been opened up.
I don't have rope.
Your feet have kicked some fine like slate almost, and you see it fall. Raquel, quick as this like rock stuff falls in and hits the other side, you can see it like and make a little spark and kind of like burns a bit on the one side of the wall, but does not light up the whole thing yet. Just lights up a bit. A little flame kind of goes up and burns off the one side. Just a small section of it. But yeah, you're there kind of like trying to peer through the fog.
Flame burn the mist?
No. It wasn't a big flame. It was just
Oh,
a
okay.
small spark enough to hit a part that wasn't fully coated, as the dice have told me.
Wow.
All right, so you've like kicked some, and then you realize that there's like it's almost like flint.
Flint, yeah.
Flint is scattered all around this area.
On purpose.
Please don't kick more of that down here.
Sounds good. I need
What's
your
going
guys.
on?
Yeah, you guys
I
hear
found
this
Raquel.
commotion going over. You
Careful
see his
walking up to
canoe
us.
pulled up. With this,
up
you're
to
not
me.
too
We're pulling
far
the canoe
behind
up.
him. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
because you were still there.
Be careful with your steps.
Yeah,
There's
we'll-
still traps.
we'll take our
We
time.
need some rope and
I have rope.
tread
and
carefully towards Raquel.
I want to cast detect magic.
He's in a very dangerous booby trap currently.
Nope.
Hurry, please! It smells.
That does take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna wait. Yeah, you're not waste. Sorry, you're going to spend 10 minutes as everyone's getting ready. You have to be kind of concentrated on what you're doing to do it right, because I believe it is stomach and vocal components to it. Double check that. So you're spending your time doing that.
What's your vocal?
Oh, hold on, it might not be a vocal.
It's vocal and somatic.
Yeah, so you got to do the right proper hand gestures as well as your whatever it is,
Could be.
and then all of a sudden, it just an arcane pulse like emits from you.
All I hear is
But as you spend the time doing that, what is Graf and you guys doing to assist Raquel in this pit?
I am just.
And it is like a 10 by 10 pit that you've just
There is
fallen into.
not much I can do currently, unless we. Does anyone have no water and oil are displaced?
So the walls aren't close enough for me to attempt to
10 feet across.
They're
You
also
can try.
slicked with oil.
Try.
Yeah.
slick the foil.
I'm not saying
yeah.
you can't. I say you can try. It'd
Let's
be,
go for it.
I'll say it's an acrobatics because you're like,
Can you climb back out?
How?
I'll give it a shot.
15 feet.
Oh, okay. It's deep.
So he fell and he took a good hit.
Not one.
You slip and crack your head against it. You're a little dizzy and just the
Rope.
smells keep just.
Need the rope.
We got rope.
The smells are getting like
Don't
intense
run
the
up
longer
here.
you're down
It's,
here.
These walls are as slick as Zuck's hair.
I'm gonna
Shit.
I'm gonna take my time like getting up there
Yes.
because he said there's
Yeah.
traps, so I'm on my way.
As you go through doing it, because you've said that you're going through it slow and cautiously, yeah, you can tell that there are very primitive kind of traps set up here. I say primitive because of what the tools has been used to it, but there is it definitely piques your interest. Like it looks like tinkering setup almost. Like it looks like it could be a chain reaction to everything with the traps that you're walking past.
I'd like to, in preparation for the rope to get here, I'd like to clean a spot off the edge where the flint is, just so the rope doesn't get cut and nothing falls over once we're kind of hoisting them up.
Okay.
Roll a cleanliness check.
Survival check,
please,
I'll
you got
say, because you're
advantage.
trying to modify the nature around you. Nature.
19.
19.
Yeah.
You do it successfully, clear a little spot. You get a little scared at one point as you're going off rocks, like, little sparks hit, and you're like, Raquel didn't see that. Raquel didn't see that.
I saw it.
Mine don't matter.
But
Mine
yes, you
don't
clear
matter.
out an area that looks like it'd be good for the rope to go
Perfect.
through in the center.
Where's the rope?
I'm on my way.
Hurry!
I'm gonna follow suit, but also
Okay.
carefully.
No, you're still detective.
Don't have all day.
Yeah,
got
it takes
10
you about
minutes.
10
Yeah, you
minutes.
got 10
So,
minutes.
so it's
I'm
them
just
getting everything all ready. You guys
Okay.
got the
What do you
rope,
do?
everything.
Detecting that.
And then finally, we'll say as you got there, get everything all set up,
Take the
your
rope
pulse
off my belt.
goes out, and nothing really piques your
Alright,
interest.
we lower the rope down for Raquel.
Okay, lower the rope down,
I
like almost sticks to the wall, and just
yeah,
it's
that's kind of
it's
like
like
wrap it around myself and hold on.
Okay.
But can I attempt to rip the head off of this animal? For
sure.
Zuck?
Bring
Just
the cauldron
roll
too.
and add your strength or athletics. You just ripping her off.
Twist its head off.
Just a 7.
Your hands are just covered in sliming off of it. You're ripping, like the flesh is not sticking
That's
to
good.
the skull, and it's just ripping off. And
That's
just,
okay. I
you
just go like, I'm ready.
All right, I'd like you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Before they start pulling them up.
Roll something different for once.
No.
Constitution
Seven,
save.
seven.
Nah, yeah. So.
7. You have been poisoned. Not that it's due to, it's just that your body can't take these fumes, and this is unnatural. So it has done something to your.
Immune
How
system.
large is this cauldron?
It's small, but it's like a pot.
Like a cooking pot almost? Like
Yeah,
over a
it'd be
fire?
something like that. Yeah, something over a fire would definitely.
So
be
before
the
we
only way
pull-
I say it's a cauldron because it looks like a mini cauldron. Like
Yeah.
it's a cooking pot, I should say.
Yeah, before we pull Raquel up, I definitely want to throw her
So
down.
for the time being, Raquel, even though you're getting pulled out,
Just-
want it.
I'm gonna say
I
because
want it.
Kane took the time to clear the area of you guys lowering down the rope, and there's enough of you there. You guys can pull him up, no problem. Yeah, so you pull it all up. Just to let you know, though, Raquel, a poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So it's something with the fumes and just the smell of the rot. It is a very brilliant concoction that has been put down here.
When I get up there, I kind of just look at Zuck. I couldn't get a good grip, but here's some.
It's
Don't-
just
here's some
mucus,
slime.
membrane,
Don't
slime.
move. I'm just gonna grab a vial and just scrape some off of him. Put it
So
in.
as you're scraping it off,
The
you're getting this
liquid?
slick substance too, as well as this the membranes of this dead beast that's like there.
Perfect.
Kind of shake out my hands.
Awesome.
I don't feel so good, guys.
I also here have one of these, and I create a healing draft for you.
Ah,
As he's as this is all going pleasantries,
pure poison?
Kane's in like pure
Just 1d8,
survival mode.
Okay.
Kinda. I want to peer around, see if anyone's watching us.
Roll
I'm
a
assuming someone didn't set up this
perception check
elaborate thing
with disadvantage.
without.
The only reason I'm saying disadvantage is because of the
Nat
mist
20.
that's in the mist
Nat
that's in
20,
there. I know,
motherfucker.
but
Nat 20 twice.
Okay, wait, what?
How did, that's a waste.
that was a waste for a disadvantage perception check, but not a waste. Not too much of a waste. So what is the total?
Perception. +2, so 22. Holy shit! As
Larry.
if just
Sorry, what's
rolled
this?
back to
One
back
vial?
nat 20.
2 vials?
And I wasted them.
What to do your?
I guess you
healing
didn't
thing?
because it just,
No,
it was
I just
disadvantage.
wanted
Yeah, so one vial to hold all your stuff in, and the other vial to
I recycled
administer
a
the
vial
healing.
though from him.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one thing about RNG.
Sorry,
take it
I
away.
rolled. I previously rolled these. Okay. Nat 20. Yeah, it catch your eye. It kind of just off in the distance, about 40 feet away from you, you can see this what looks to be a skull looking right at you, and then it kind of turns and goes down, and it looks like an animal kind of skull or something, and it just goes it below the mist.
Like a helmet?
Yeah, it looked like it'd be something
Somebody's
something
headdress.
wearing it, or it could just be a skeleton that's staring at you.
Right. Okay.
No, with you're not. What was it? 21 total.
22. Yeah.
22 total. It looks to be some type of headdress or headgear of something small.
Sorry, how far? 40?
About 40 feet from you. You saw it in the mist, kind of like it was a little bit up, like on a tree branch or so, like holding its head above, and then all of a sudden it saw you and went, disappeared back underneath.
Does anyone have some alcohol? I'm feeling really lightheaded.
No. Sorry.
We didn't take both. Did we take both
Here.
bottles from?
Yeah, we did.
We did. Oh, perfect.
Here.
Oh.
There you go.
How does this work?
Just like. Line it up for-
As they're busy doing that,
Or you're giving them part of that
as
herb.
they're
Yeah, I gotta.
as they're doing that,
1d4 plus 1 to your hit points.
Oh.
I like to slink.
But
Herb heals.
you have what did we say was disadvantage on
Disadvantage.
perception checks.
I'd like to slink away
Okay.
from the group while they're fucking
Take the
around
edge
to go
off.
and
Yeah.
check on this, like quiet.
Okay.
Dude, we are the duo.
All right.
See if I can pick up the trail.
Okay.
Is it? Well, I have to find the trail
This is-
first.
Exactly, and with the mist, it's very hard to.
Well, I've been
but
missing out on my
since
whole
you
life.
saw where he just was,
Right.
Hold you
I'd
over
like
till
to
we
try
get
my
some really
best.
all right. You continue running, or sorry, not continue running, but cautiously approaching
Yes,
this area.
'cause I'm assuming that he would lay booby traps in this one, in its wake.
He might. So as you get closer over to it, a weird smell hits your nostrils. It almost smells like the herb that Graf puts in his pipe occasionally. So you're not too sure because you're smelling a fresh scent from there, and then there's this other scent right in front of you. As you get closer, it does bring back the familiarity of a skunk. You get to her about where you are, and you can see this wooden pole that is attached to like a wooden cage of where you just saw this guy go down. And in this cage, there seems to be a black and white creature that is in there. Or sorry, black with a stripe up its back. Yeah.
Do I see footprints?
It's hard to say with all this mist in the air and the fog that's setting down, so it's hard to
Right.
track anything right now.
Fucking butt.
But as you get close to this cage, it's kind of a neat little device because there is a pull cord on the pole. So it looks, from your base intelligence, if I'm right on what it is,
Not very
My,
much.
well,
it's not your lowest stat. You're above. You got a +2 to it, don't you?
No, -1.
-1.
my passive perception's 12. If that matters.
Yeah. But looking
You're
at it,
talking intelligence, so yeah.
it's
no.
neat. It looks like the way what you're looking at it, it looks like if you pull the rope or something, it'll make the cage like move.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it'll make the creature like it's a way to steer this creature.
Oh.
But getting close, you can see prints now, but it's like you have to be right to the ground
Right.
following it.
Well, I'd like to. Do I tracking now? I'm tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Fey, Fiend, or Undead?
No.
This is worth a try. Human boot or like boot.
Similar to the 3-prong claw you saw with the back thing like that. Reptilian thing.
Son of a bitch.
What we doing?
Do we
with your
notice
cane?
that Kane's gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
You
I
spoke,
was just like,
even though you have disadvantage on the perception checks, but you kind of like look around and Kane's gone.
yeah, that's where we're like, what are we doing with your cane?
I don't say anything yet because I'm kind of hot in pursuit.
Okay.
I would like to. Do I see broken? I mean,
Yeah.
I want to see stuff that's like eye level. I don't want to be fucking nose to the ground. So
Eye level, you look up and it's hard to see where the fuck this thing is.
okay, fine. I will like to try.
So with
To my
that
best
being
ability.
said,
Yep.
it looks like this thing is a small stature,
Okay,
or rather, it's crouched down, crawling on all
Okay.
fours.
I would like to best I can track it. However, which way.
Okay,
would be
roll
best I
a
can.
survival check.
Disadvantage.
No, because you're actually on fresh prints and you've seen some of its
Okay.
equipment laying by.
Survival 18.
18. So you're starting to find some tracks of it, and you still have to stay kind of hunched over as you follow it. But it does seem to lead up because you guys are at an elevated there, not too much, but it starts to slope back down into the heavy, thick bush,
Yeah.
the dank woods, as Taylor would say. And you
Anyway,
and you get and it looks like there is a little pathway in between the trees, and your best guess would be that it started following this pathway.
I take a risk and I tell the guys kind of the general direction I've gone
Okay.
and what I've seen. And
Because you're about 40 feet away from them now, so it'll take them a bit to catch
yeah,
up.
so I'm following some kind of I'm following some kind of creature, and it was wearing a skull mask. I noticed it while you guys were trying to smoke your gauge. I thought I'd try and follow its track as quick as possible. And if you come down, I tell them the direction I went into the forest, and
Yeah.
I say go past the skunk mechanism slowly, and you'll be hot on my trail. I'm going to continue on. You should be able to. I'll keep in touch, kind of thing, and I keep trying to follow the tracks
Okay.
as much as I can, as fresh as they are.
Sprint after him.
All right, you sprint after him. You almost trip over the apparatus that whatever this thing was carrying. You guys
We'd
pull
make
the
it.
suit.
I'm not
we-
sprinting.
We're not
I'm just
sprinting. We're gonna
casually-
take.
Okay, casually, you guys start
Following
walking.
along.
You guys come across this apparatus sitting there. Then you guys continue through this path as you see your monk fellow just as the mist kind of like swallows him up, following after Kane. And yeah, because you guys are getting lower
Stop.
again, the fog is getting a little bit more
Where'd it go?
intense. So as you guys are following off into the woods, and we'll leave it there. Wrapped around in fog.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Nice.
Peace.
Just
Already stopped a little early, but yes.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling like we're gonna run into something that like, if we start combat now, it's like.
Yeah, no, and if we ever start combat, I'll make it sound really awesome, and then I'll be like, all right, we fade to black. Just to show you what you're going to be fighting, and then you guys can spend the week trying to figure out what the hell it is. But yes, you guys are, I'd say you're pretty much hot on its trail, but it has the fog to keep it company.
Right on.
Other than that, yes, thank you all for viewing.
for tuning
Awesome
in.
again. If you're while they're watching it live, awesome. If you're watching on YouTube, man, hope you guys are enjoying it. And like we said, leave a comment. Let us know what you like, dislike. We'll try to make it improve and make it more captivating for you, or whatever. Or unless it's awesome, then just don't say nothing. We'll keep doing what we're doing. Yeah, we'll probably have, I guess, one more game, and then it'll be
Break.
yeah, we'll have the last game of the year, and then we'll have a break for our Christmas and New Year's, and then we'll be back after that in
might
January.
It might be a 2 or 3 week break.
2 or 3 week old gives
Yeah.
me lots of time to plan some creepy shit.
We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, using Sirenscape again for the voice, for the music. Yes, for the ambient background, and awesome. Thank you all for watching, and life's short and be amazing to one another.
Every
Awesome.
Tuesday at 7:30.
See you
Eastern.
next Tuesday.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Tune in, everyone.